Hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right, everything's gonna be working okay. Hello. Hi, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you guys so much for being here. That's not good. What is going on here? Sorry, having a little technical difficulty over here. Getting a little lag coming in here. So I'm just trying to make sure everything's okay before we continue. If I have to fix something, I want to fix it now, not later. I think we're doing okay. How's it looking over on your guys' side? You guys looking okay? Get any lag? Everything coming in clear for everybody? I hope so. I hope so. Welcome on in, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Happy Tuesday. Thank you, Ice Cream. Thank you, everyone, for asking about my health. About Ari's health. About everyone's health. Thank you guys so much for asking. I really do. We really do appreciate that. Both of us do. I am still sick. I am. I am running on Dayquil and Coldie's lozenges, so that's okay. I did get a good nap in today, so that's better than yesterday. Better than yesterday. Ari is doing well. She is recovering. Not gonna lie, she's a little miserable today. You know, after all the day of surgery, you know, pain meds wear off. Next day is a little bit, rougher, right? So she's a little rougher today. I'm sure she'll be in one of these chats eventually when she feels like it, or she's gonna take a nap. I guess we'll see. I don't know. But we're just moving forward. We're just keeping things going. Feisty, thank you so much. Says, do you guys need anything? Thank you so much, Feisty. No, I think we're doing okay right now. She's recovering. I'm doing the best I can to do everything else while also make sure that I take care of myself because I'm sick. So a little stressed today, okay? But these are just life things, all right? These are just life things that we all have to deal with, right? Some days, so even with the best of plans, Mother Nature throws in little tidbits. It's like, I took the whole week off of work to be like, I'm gonna make sure I take care of Ari, and now I'm like, I hope I can take care of myself and survive. So even the best laid plans have little hiccups, but we're trying to keep the house moving, everything going. I think we're doing all right now. I'm keeping her on the couch and in the bed where she should be, right, resting, and not up trying to do things, even though she has been trying quite a bit lately. So I've kept her where she's at, and I'm handling everything else until I can't, and then I go to sleep. That's how that works. And I just slam Dayquil and lozenges until I can do some more, and then I pass out, and then I wake up and I do it again. Easy stuff, guys. Easy stuff. It's just life, right? It's just life. For anybody who was asking about Ari had surgery yesterday. She is doing well. She just in recovery. So she'll be back with you guys very, very soon. I am sure of it. I am sure of it. We need meditation. Says heal up, guys. Hopefully this isn't pre-recorded. It is not. We are live. We are live as hell. All right. So yeah. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Nothing is pre-recorded. We do this live and then there's recordings there later. But no, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Very much we do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Someone asked if Summer is cuddling. Summer's always ready to cuddle. When I got off of live last night, she was hanging out there, just hanging out in my spot, being there for me. When Ari's taking naps, she's always been there. And of course, Bailey, for all of his chaos, is quite a good cuddler. So, yeah. So we got all the furry cuddles are happening in the house. The couch is just a giant fur ball. It's just a giant fur ball. Summer's actually going to get groomed tomorrow. I just set up her appointment today. So Summer has a grooming appointment tomorrow. She's gonna be nice and fluffy tomorrow. It's gonna be exciting. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. We're up these phone lines in just a bit. And are you still sick? Eat some garlic if you are. It helps. I don't think that's true. Trust me, with the levels of garlic I already eat, I'm pretty sure if garlic cured colds, I would never have one. To be completely honest with you. Oh, it has to be raw garlic. I think I truly don't think this is real. Like I truly don't. It might be, but I'm like, I don't know. Shush, thank you so much for being a 3-month subscriber or 3-month member. I really appreciate that. It said wishing rest, relaxation, and healing for you both. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Shh, shh, shh. Thank you so much. Do we have a doctor in the house? I need to verify some claims about raw garlic. Uh-huh. I need to verify some raw garlic claims. I need to know what 9 out of 10 doctors recommend. Okay? Oh, Nav, it's not just you. There's a ton of people saying it. There's a bunch of people. I'm just looking for what 9 out of 10 doctors recommend. Okay, I used to see the commercials. Garlic has antioxidants, I guess. Well, I guess that actually makes sense. Honey also helps. That makes sense. Well, I've been using most of these things. I have not been allowed garlic, to be honest with you. Right? Like when you get sick and your taste buds are just all like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am right now. Like my taste buds are just, ugh. We ordered okay, so it helps, not cures. Got it all. Helps, not cures. So like we ordered Hawaiian food, which I love. There's a Hawaiian restaurant near my house that's amazing. And it's like one of my favorites. And we ordered it. I took one bite and I was like, this does not taste good. It's one of my favorite places. I mean, this place doesn't miss, right? Like this place doesn't miss. And I took one bite and I'm like, this doesn't taste good. And then I was like, oh, that I'm sick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your taste buds just go all off. It sucks, man. It's literally the worst. Oh. But luckily, normally my colds don't last a super long time. And so I'm sure I only got another day or two, a few days. Matt, what's going on, Matt? How you doing, brother? Thank you so much for those. I appreciate that. I gotta message you about something else too. I'll message you later. But yeah, anyways, I'll message you later. I got some stuff going on. I don't want to announce it like full on the live here, but I'll talk to you about it later. Yeah, maybe get together soon. Anyhow, I think it's about time we get this started. I think it's about that time because I had to cut about a half an hour short yesterday because I wasn't feeling well, and so I'm hoping I can kind of. I was doing all right till that one dude last night came up with that like super monotone voice, and then I just couldn't anymore. It was so he was so monotone that like I couldn't. All I could think about was how I was sick. Cause like trying, like I couldn't listen to his voice. You know what I'm saying? It was rough.
Hello, stop chewing lozenges and fucking at the same time.
It's just like
it's not it's bad etiquette.
Asking about Ari had surgery yesterday. She is doing well.
Wow, we're doing great, y'all. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 19.
You sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Sound like you're a little.
2004.
Sound like you were questioning that. Did you say
No.
2004?
Sorry, I have a couple things on my mind. Excuse me?
Did you say 2004?
Yes, sir.
Dude, I didn't even ask you. You'd be like 22.
No, that is 19, sir.
I didn't even ask him what year. That's the crazy thing. I didn't even ask him which year. I just believed him. Like, and I didn't plan on asking him either. Like, I wasn't even going to ask. Like, he just said, like, I was like, how old are you? He's like 19 or he said 20, 19. And I was like, okay. And I wasn't going to ask. Like, I was just going to, like, just talk to him. And then he was like, 2004. Like, wait, what? I wasn't even going to ask him. That's wild. We're off to a great start today. Also, he said 20. Like, dude, it's 20. It's minus 20. Like, we're really at a spot in our education system in the United States where we can't do simple minus 20. That's wild. Like, I'm not the best at math or anything like that, but I got that knocked down. All right. I'm going to hook this thing up. Move this over here. All right. Now we're going to see if we can get to some decent callers. Y'all, welcome on in. Thank you guys so much for coming over here as we're starting to fill this thing out and get some people in here. If you still support Trump for whatever reason that is, you can get a hold of me by joining that guest request box or calling in on the number that is above my head. Or I guess next to my head, depending on which way you're looking at me. It's up there someplace. There, and then there. It's around. Okay? It gets around, round. That number gets around. Anyways, if you like to do that, then we can have a conversation about why you still support Trump. I understand that you guys are getting less and less, and I understand why and why, right? So when there's not that many of you, it just reminds me how much Trump is losing and how much I'm personally winning. So that's pretty awesome. All right. So doesn't really faze me. I mean, after everything that's happened right now, you can't see it. Yeah, you can. After everything that's happened lately, you know what I do find funny though, and I do have to say this real quick before I move on, and I'll get to a guest. We'll see if we got somebody in here. I think we got a couple people there trying to get in. It is wild that there's literally like a national prayer breakfast where Donald Trump says he doesn't read the Bible, yet he's selling Bibles. Just found that weird. Anyways, hello, how are you?
Hi.
Hello? All right. I don't have time for that today. We don't have time for that. All right, we'll bring up this person for at least a second. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yep, you're a child.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're an actual child. But anyways, I just find it hilarious that dude sells like $100 Bibles and has never read it. Like, do you guys not find that funny? Like, he literally sells them. Like, it's already right there. Like, why not take a look since you're already there? I don't know. Hello, how are you? Hello.
Hello?
Hi, how are you? Carol, it's YOU apostrophe RE. You are obsessed with Trump. You're. Okay. All right. Remember, Trump says smart people don't like him. All right. So you're not supposed to help prove his point. Okay. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. How old are you?
I am 50.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I never did. I just wanted to say Alabama hates Trump and fuck ICE, and I love your show. Have a great day, my friend. I don't mean to take up your time, but thank you and have a good day.
You too.
Alabama hates Trump. Alabama fucking hates Trump.
All right. Well, you know what? If Alabama hates Trump, then I think we're doing all right as a country. Because of all the states I thought would be like the last ones to change, I assumed it would be Alabama. I wonder what Donald Trump's approval rating is in I wonder what Donald Trump's approval rating is in Alabama. Can we pull that? Can we pull that? I think I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I'm just curious. Trump approval rating in Alabama. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is actually, well, hey, actually, this is from January. This is pretty recent. A state by state approval rating chart. Let's see. Hey, where'd it go? Arizona, Alaska. Oh, no, he's still 53% in Alabama. Which, if you want me to be completely honest with you, is lower than I thought it would be. Honestly. Hello, how are you? Yeah, it's actually lower than I thought it would be. I thought that number would be higher. Did you guys not? I thought we were looking like close to 70. If he's only at 53% in Alabama, he's not doing well. I gotta look up. I want to know what the worst one is. I wonder if it. Was this in his first term? No, this was from last month. Yeah, this was from last month. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Dude, this is weird, dude. Like, go play with Legos or something. You guys are really weird. No, this was from literally last month. Trying to see what else we got on here. Hold on, I'm curious. Arkansas is higher. California, that checks. Colorado, that checks. Connecticut, that checks. Delaware, that checks. Florida, 46% in Florida. Interesting. Underwater in Georgia. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
34.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I don't necessarily support Trump. I just don't really know who else I would have supported, I guess. Is kind of
Literally
my,
fucking anyone?
My thought on it. Anyone? What about like Biden and them? You would support
Sure.
them?
Yeah. Over Trump? Sure.
Isn't like a lot of the stuff about Trump is that he's like a pedophile and stuff? Is that like the new shit I keep hearing?
I don't know. He at least protects them.
Well, I mean, I've seen videos of like Joe Biden like sniffing kids' hairs and stuff. Like, you ever
You know,
saw
you
those
can't
videos?
actually see a video of somebody sniffing something, right?
Well, I mean, I guess you could see someone like lean their nose into a child's.
Yeah, I mean, like
hair.
I'm leaning my nose into this microphone. Am I sniffing this microphone?
I have no idea. But
Exactly.
I mean,
You have
like,
no idea whether I'm sniffing this microphone. Therefore, you have no idea whether Biden is sniffing someone's hair because you can't literally see a video of somebody sniffing. Sniffing is an action. Okay, that's weird. By the way, you're talking about just his interactions with his own grandchildren.
Oh, okay. I mean, all right. And then I know the other side, like they like supported, you know, like you saw the Kirk stuff. People were happy he got shot, like all that kind of shit.
Where
I
did
just
the
don't support
Biden
stuff like
administration
that.
say that they were happy that Kirk got shot?
It's not the Biden administration. It's just like people that are against Trump largely are in that same group of people.
Yeah, people on the right are also in that large group of people. Have you heard of the Groypers?
Yeah. What's that?
You ever heard of the Groypers?
Groupers?
Groypers. Groypers. Yeah,
No, I have
they're a far right group that hated Trump or hated Kirk. I mean, like,
Gotcha. Yeah.
sure. We're not talking
Yeah.
about like if there were some people. There were some people that celebrated his death. There's some people that have celebrated lots of people's death. There's people that celebrated Martin
Right.
Luther King's. That doesn't mean that they're right. That also doesn't mean that they're representative of a certain group of people. Right? They're not representative of Democrats or Republicans or, you know, the right or the left. There's just some people out there that are just shitty people, right? But that's not representative of anything. You asked who would I rather have in there besides Trump? Who is a better option? I'm saying any person that you elected in that follows the rule of law, that is more concerned with the helping the American people over enriching himself, that cares about things like democracy and the Constitution. Anybody who does that is better than Trump, right? So
Right.
when you put that into perspective, that's most people, right? Except for Donald Trump and the people that, you know, that he has allowed to help control the White House, like Stephen Miller, like JD Vance, other people like that who have had no will to, you know, to abide by those things, right? So when you ask who would be better, I literally mean most people, like, and I don't mean most by like 51%. I mean most like 95% of people in America. There's some white supremacists that I would rather have in the White House over Trump right now.
Right. I can understand that. I can understand your opinion. I just feel like when I was watching like a lot of it unfold, I just didn't really seem like there was any good options to vote for.
Yeah, no,
kinda how
sir. It's not a matter
That's
of
kinda how I
good.
felt on it. Like there was no good options at all.
Sir, even if you believe that there is no good options, right? You can have two not good options, and one is still significantly worse, right? Like, I don't know whether Kamala Harris was a good option. I know that she had all the qualifications to be a good option, right? By a long shot, right? But here's what I do know is that Donald Trump tried to turn the military against the American people. He tried to subvert democracy in 2020, you know, in the 2020 election by freaking hiring fake electors and trying to steal votes, right? Like he literally, you know, incited an insurrection. Like, oh, Andy's gone. I guess I'll just finish what I was saying. Anyways, what I was saying was he literally just said, I just get me 10,000 votes or 11,000 votes or whatever it was. He literally tried to steal an election. Then he tried to incite an insurrection. All right. So I don't know if Kamala Harris would have been the best. Okay. But she's a shit ton better than Trump. Anyways, y'all, make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's keep this thing going. I guess not with that person, though. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, bud?
Doing good. How old are you?
37. Was a Trump supporter, not a Trump supporter no more.
Glad to hear it, man. That's awesome. I am going to try to find a Trump supporter, though, all right?
Say that again?
I'm going to try to find a Trump supporter to talk to, though.
Oh, okay. I was just going to tell you why I did stop following him, but all right.
All right. I assume it's because you got smart.
Well, not only smart, but the rhetoric and not putting the American people first, putting millionaires first, and the rhetoric for this gaslighting to the young population on that the shit that's going on in this world today is okay. And I base my opinion on the fact that back when George W. Bush was introducing President Obama as a new president. Do you remember that speech when he introduced him and how beautiful that Republican speech was to a Democratic president coming in? Do you remember that speech when George W. Bush did that?
Yeah, they actually have a
It was
decent
nice.
relationship. Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. There's no more. That's all fucking gone, and it's sickening. I don't like this president. He's disgusting. It was my bad option to pick someone because I didn't think that there was a better candidate on the ballot. I wish Kamala had more time. I wish I could have heard more than the little bit of time that we had with it. But as a father, and then watching these children with this gaslighting and what they're listening to and believing that this dictatorship and there's going to be a third term, it's fucking crazy, dude.
But Donald Trump told you all
fucking
that. Donald Trump told you all that, and you still voted for him.
Yeah, and that's where and listen, how many people can say that they fucked up? I'm telling you that I fucked up.
I'm glad you admit. Like I look. I'm not trying to criticize your change of heart. I'm not trying to criticize you saying that you fucked up. I actually very much appreciate that. So don't take it that way. Okay.
Yeah.
My problem is, sir, is just that if this was Donald Trump's first term, okay, and we could be like, and that's why like people tell me all the time, like I'll hear them like, oh, I voted for Donald Trump in 2016, and I'm like, I don't agree with your decision, but like, you didn't know what you were getting, right? Like Donald Trump, I mean, he's very good at marketing himself. He's a very good campaigner, right? Like, and you didn't know what you were getting, right? But then he became president, and then he did a whole bunch of horrid shit, and then he got, became a felon, and then he was adjudicated as a rapist, and then and all these things happened, and then people voted for him again. So it's like, I understand you like being like, I made a mistake, but like, I didn't make a mistake. I fucked up. Yeah. I don't think that's like a mistake. Like that is gross negligence at best.
Yeah. So like in 2016, I'll be honest to say this. I didn't vote. Okay. I didn't vote in 2016. I didn't like neither candidate. But in this election, I said, there's got to be something. I wish Kamala had more time. I wish I could have had Obama for the rest of my fucking life, dude. I'm going to be honest. I love Obama. Okay. I love Obama. He was for the people, right? He was for the people. And what this world and this country is missing is unification. And I said this bluntly the other day in front of people. I said, it's going to take a national tragedy, huge, for this country to come together again like it did in 2001. But I don't even know if a national tragedy, if it were to happen, if that shit were to happen again, where we became united. This disbelief of not understanding that we are one united and we bleed the same red, white, and blue, and everyone wants to say, oh, we're from Arkansas, oh, we're from Philadelphia, I'm red, I'm blue. No, at the end of the day, we're all fucking human. What are we all not seeing here? We're watching TV. We're watching all this shit with the Epstein files, with this woman getting kidnapped. All it is just fucking pushing us away from what the main thing is. Look, okay, Trump, 38,000 times you were inside the Epstein files. You're fucking guilty, dude. It's disgusting. But anyway, bro, I don't want to take up too much time of your show. Wanted to give you some positive from a guy that fucking turned. So I'm gonna.
I appreciate it, man. And I do appreciate your passion for what you're talking about. I don't discredit that. I do appreciate your passion for what you're saying. I do really appreciate it.
Can I leave you with this? Can I leave you with this?
Go ahead.
Fuck
Man.
Trump.
There you go. All right, I'm cool with that, man. All right, you have a good one. All right.
How you say, bro?
All right, man. I'm gonna need you to hang up though, because my computer is glitching the hell out. I don't know what is going on here, but I can't get it to Debbie's in the chat for caller. Oh my goodness. Sorry, something was going on with my power cord. I have another monitor here and it is losing its mind. And it just happens to be the one that I had the phone call. Hey guys, like I said, you can be mad at that all you want, and that's totally fine, right? Like I think it's gross negligence and horrible that we're dealing with what we're dealing with because people weren't researched also. But let me be very clear, okay? And let me just be very clear, okay? We don't win anything in the midterms without people like that. We don't win anything in 2028 without people like that. Okay? If you can't have at least a little respect for the people who are realizing that the people that Donald Trump is pissing off a whole bunch of fucking people, right? And you got to have some embrace for people that are realizing they're getting fucked over. Yes, we warned them. Yes. We can't go back in time. It just doesn't work that way. Okay. Y'all, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. And that guy didn't do it by himself. I'll tell you that much. Okay. Pat 12345-A said people do that all the time now. Nothing new. I think you're talking about when I was talking about the contraction earlier, which I think is funny. Thank you so much, y'all. If you guys like support, I do have super chats, super stickers, all that fun stuff. So I appreciate you guys. We're gonna open up the phone lines, keep this thing going, and see if we can get some good conversations going. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. If y'all would like support, again, I do have all that stuff. I also have the live gift goal. I have the hand hearts. I'm trying to light up that live that gift gallery sometime this week. Memberships, becoming super fans, all great ways to support the live. So I really appreciate that. And thank you guys so much. Oh my goodness, I think I need that. I can't take another one of those cold. I need more. No, I need. Oh. Anyways, y'all, phone lines are back open. I need water. All right. No, I mean it's just the truth of the matter, guys. I'm not trying to be like whatever. It's just the truth of the matter. Yeah. Hello, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Too bad. How old are you?
35.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
No, I don't. I have a question for you though, and it's a serious question. I'm not like bombarding your live or whatever. What are you guys going to talk about when you realize that MAGA is literally boomers now, and every one of us are off Trump, dude? All of us. We're all voting off the AIPAC list now. We're out. We're so out on Trump. So, and I'm not a groiper. It's not just the groipers, right? So, you know, like, what's the next topic?
The next topic will be the next topic. Why would I be worried about the next topic?
All right, y'all have a good night. Take care.
Why'd I be worried about the next topic? I'm worried about this topic. We'll deal with that topic when that topic shows up.
What's up?
Hello, how are you?
Insane.
Good.
Awesome. How old are you?
18.
Awesome. You still support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
Because I feel like he was a much better candidate than the other option that we had to vote for in the last election.
You couldn't even vote in the last election. You couldn't even vote in the last election.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I can't have a personal opinion on who is better.
Yeah, sir. I'm asking you why you still support Trump. That was the question. Why do you still support Trump? And instead, you took it back to an election that you weren't old enough to vote in.
So that doesn't mean that, like, the things that he stands for have not changed.
Okay, then why do you still support him?
You didn't let me finish. So, all right. He has very good things, like he is against abortion, which I think is a very bad thing. It's the murder of babies. He is protecting our borders from illegals, which are coming in, and we're doing terrible things to the people who are actual citizens of our country. And I want to protect that.
Yeah, you know that Donald Trump literally just told like the Republicans in Congress that they need to be a little bit more loose on the Hyde Amendment?
Well, if he said that,
Yeah.
then
So
that's
yeah, the
fine.
government was talking about, different restrictions and stuff on, what they were trying to do as far as healthcare and different funding bills in the United States. And literally Donald Trump told them they need to be looser on the Hyde Amendment to not hold it like, so tight. Do you know what the Hyde Amendment is?
Not exactly.
Okay. So the Hyde Amendment is the law that doesn't allow federal dollars to go to abortion. Right. So federal dollars can't go towards paying for individuals' abortions, right? So that's what the Hyde Amendment says, right? That's why things are loose on that. So anyway, Donald Trump pretty much told Republicans, I think we just need to kind of rethink that. I think we need to allow, if we allow, some abortions to happen to our federal dollars, that's kind of fine. Literally, Fox News didn't even know what to say. Froze them, stuck them, didn't even know what to do.
Okay, so that's something I disagree with him on.
But you just said
still,
you just said he was against abortion. So why would somebody that's against abortion say that, we should allow federal dollars to go to abortions?
He is against abortion. He's
Okay,
had many
so
debates
I asked
where
you a
he
question,
talked
sir.
bad
I said,
about
why
it.
would somebody that's against abortion, say that federal dollars should be used for abortion?
He might have changed a little bit on that and made a little bit of a change, but that doesn't mean he loves abortion fully.
You just told me a second ago that Donald Trump doesn't change. You just said all the values that represent him when he was elected are the same values that he represents now. You just told me he doesn't change. So which one is it?
I didn't say he doesn't change.
You literally
I said
just
he
did.
has most of the same values that he
No,
has
you
now,
said he
which
had
still
all
does.
of the same values. That means not changing.
Everyone changes a little bit.
Oh, everyone changes a little bit, and Donald Trump just changes on his abortion stance.
You can change on your stances.
How many
But does
abortions
that
do you think
mean-
Donald Trump has paid for?
Not many at all.
Not
as
many,
much as
just a
Kamala
few.
Harris would.
Just probably a few.
Do you support abortion?
Do I support abortion? So nobody supports or dissupports abortion. I support a woman's right to choose and make decisions with her doctor by herself without my influence.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
you would probably have voted for Kamala in that situation because she likes abortion more than Donald Trump does.
So nobody likes abortion. Like, this isn't like an ice cream shop. There's no punch card, right? They're not like, oh my goodness, I love abortion so much. I can't wait to get in my next one. Just here's my punch card. Yay, this is number
taking
9. The
the
next
words
one is
right out of my
free
mouth
thanks
and
to
twisting them.
this punch card that we have for loving abortion so much, sir. Sir, it's not about loving abortions the same way that I don't love chemotherapy, right? Chemotherapy is
Exactly.
a medical thing that, is a decision of a patient and a doctor, right? And they need to be able to make that decision without me getting involved, right? I'm not for or pro, amputation of limbs, like I'm not pro or for any of these things. It's just healthcare. I'm pro healthcare.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of healthcare. Healthcare that is murdering a child that is going to be born if you didn't murder it.
Oh, so do you
that's a
think
bad
every
kind of healthcare.
you think every fetus would be born? Because I have
Every
some
fe-
news for you, sir.
The egg and the sperm go together, which means the baby will be born. You're basically
No, how many?
killing the baby.
What percentage of times that like the egg and the sperm come together that never results in any type of live birth?
That. I mean, you didn't get the point there.
Oh no, I got the
Babies
point,
will
sir.
be
I'm
born.
just
No,
asking
you
for.
didn't.
I'm just asking for. I'm just asking a simple question.
But if the baby is born, then you would have a person, but you're not letting the baby be born. You're not even.
Sir, I
letting
asked you a
the-
question. Please
see the
don't.
solution out.
Please don't try to move. Okay.
But you're not answering any of my questions. That's
You didn't
the thing.
ask a question, sir. Now can you ask mine?
Okay, what was the question again? Can you ask?
Yeah,
One more time?
implanted eggs. How many of them were never born?
A few.
A few. That's your final answer. Is a few. In the history of humanity, y'all, it is a few.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it's like 50%, dude.
But that doesn't. They are not together yet. They're not a person yet.
Sir, you
When
just
the sperm
said
and the egg
once
come
the
together.
egg and like the sperm like come together and they would have
That-
become a human being. And I'm telling you that 50% of the time that never happens.
Yeah, but when the egg and the sperm connect, it would become a human being.
About 40 to
Like they're-
60% of the time.
Yeah. So why are you taking that up to chance?
So
and
it
still
so
feeling
so
like
so
it
it
might
is
not be
literally
born, it
so
might
it
be
is
born.
literally less likely than not. That's
So?
just
So you-
the ones that implant. A whole larger percentage of them don't even ever implant.
That's just like saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna take it up to chance and kill this."
Our
person
entire
just because
existence as a
they're-"
human species is all up to chance. Yeah,
It's not. No,
it is.
God created the heavens and the earth.
God did. Well, God also created
You-
abortion then.
No, He didn't. Humans created that. And
Oh, but the
Satan
Bible just
created
gives
that.
instructions on how to do it.
No, Satan. The Bible does not. I'm literally open to what you always say is what is abortion, and it's explaining abortion, which is Numbers 5:11 through 22, and it says nothing about abortion. You always say it does, but I've read through it multiple times. It's talking about a grain sacrifice that they would give after the baby is born, and they would give a sacrifice and they would repent, and that's what the way Jews did
That's
it.
literally
is they
not
were
what that
cheated
verse
on.
says at all. So either
it
A,
is.
you don't know how to read, which I think is probable, or B, you don't know how to comprehend, which is also probable. Somehow those are both probable. I'm not really sure which one, how that's possible. Both of those are probable at the same time. I don't know math, okay? But regardless, okay, it literally says give the woman a drink. If she was, if she was cheating, then it'll cause her to miscarry. It's literally an abortion. Okay. So you can try to spin it and turn it and all you want, but that's just not the way that life works. Okay.
That's just not the way it says it, though.
But it is
You
the
read
way
it
it says it.
correctly.
So yeah, sir. I've
So,
actually talked to
no,
multiple
I read-
different Bible scholars who have literally gone back to the original translation, and it literally says that.
The original translation is in the Greek translation, where the words
The
are
Greek
all different
translation,
and
the
mean
Hebrew
different things.
translation, they all say it. Yeah.
And the Greek translation has different words for different things.
So does the Hebrew
And you wanna
translation.
know-
So does almost every translation of the Bible going back out through history. Yeah. That's not really saying anything. They all have
And
different
you know-
translations.
When it's talking about the offspring and all that, it literally, the words in Greek are a grain offering. It's
Sir,
not
it
a
is a grain
human
offering.
sacrifice.
A grain offering doesn't change what we're talking about, nor does that verse talk about a human sacrifice.
Exactly. It never talks about a human
No, it talks about
sacrifice.
an abortion.
Never says abortion in there. I never heard that. I never heard anything
Because
about
the
killing
word
babies.
abortion
Never-
didn't exist back then.
Okay. I was
The word
just making-
homosexuality didn't exist back then either. That's in the Bible.
Yeah, that word is in the Bible because it said it's evil to be homosexual.
Yeah, but that word
Does-
didn't exist in the original Hebrew or the original Greek or the original Latin.
The word used for that did when they talked.
So the word used for that. So when we go back to, the original Greek and the original Latin and the original Hebrew, when we actually look
Yep.
at the words used for that, when we would talk about giving a woman a substance and then her miscarrying from that, when those words that would literally mean abortion existed, then you don't care about that.
I don't see what you're talking about because
I'm very much
there's
clear on that,
different
sir.
words
I
for
am
different
very
things.
aware that you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Because you have the words here that mean different things in the Greek. The Greek has specific words for different things, but then for certain
Yeah,
things,
all
like
languages have
the
specific
that
words,
we have
specific
for
things,
multiple different
sir.
types of things. There we have words for many different types of things in the English language, but it only means one thing in the Greek. And for other specific objects, there are multiple words in the Greek or multiple words in English, and it's so on and so forth.
Sir,
and we
that's
have
every
different-
language and every translation of every language that's ever existed. What are you trying to tell me?
You're very good at interrupting, by the way.
Yeah, but you're
But,
saying a whole bunch of nothing, and none of this is answering the question, sir.
Well, do you think it's okay to kill a person?
Depends on the situation.
It does. Yeah,
Mhm.
if they're trying to kill you first, yeah. But do you think it's okay to kill a defenseless, innocent person?
It depends on the situation.
But in what situation would that be okay?
I mean, if I could go back and kill baby Hitler, I think that would be pretty justified.
Yeah, it would. But
Well, there you go. You're okay with
can't
killing
do
a
that.
killing a defenseless person.
you can't do that, can you?
I don't
Do
know.
you
Not yet,
that,
but maybe
one of
soon.
The baby who's going to
But
be
maybe
born
soon.
is going to turn into Hitler.
Maybe.
Well, they might not, will they?
Yeah,
There
might
is a
not. I guess
possibility.
we'll never
There's
see.
a big chance that they will become a good person instead.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that justify killing them? That they might become a bad person?
Oh no, absolutely not. I don't know what
Then
that has to
why
do with
would
exactly
you-
what we're talking about, sir.
That's the whole point.
When do you have
rights
rights under the Constitution of the United States?
Hmm?
When do you have rights according to the Constitution of the United States?
1776, the Constitution was made, and the Declaration of Independence, and
Cool.
those had a ton
And
of
when
rights
do
in
you
it.
have rights according to that document?
When do you always have rights when you're in America? Those rights.
Actually,
The
no. They
14th.
actually set a timeline for it. Yeah. 14th Amendment. It says all persons born. Yeah. It says you have rights in this country when you are born, right? The Bible says that life starts at first breath, right? So both the Bible and the Constitution both say that you do not have rights, nor are you a person until you are born and breathing.
But before you're born and breathing,
You're not
are
a
about
person.
to be born
According
and
to the
breathing.
Bible.
You will become a person. It maybe, most likely.
You might become, but you're not a person yet.
When you are alive, you have morals. So
When you are alive, you
think-
have morals. No, not everything that's alive has morals.
when you are a person, you have morals.
Nope.
Like
There's
a
tons
person
of people
knows-
that are, alive and breathing that don't have morals.
Deep inside you, you have morals. Everybody knows that it is wrong to murder. Literally everybody.
Sir, I
And
agree.
people do it
And our
'cause they're
law
crazy.
says in this land that you have to be born in order to be murdered.
But you are still making it to where somebody will not be able to be born.
If someone is not born, then they're not a person, therefore they cannot be murdered. You're saying that murder is wrong, and I completely agree. Murder is wrong.
Just because the law says one thing, do you think that is okay to do?
No, sir, we're going off the Bible. Thought you believed in that.
I do believe in the Bible.
But the Bible says you're not a person until you start breathing. It says life begins at first breath.
It does.
Yep.
Begin at first breath.
Yeah. So therefore,
It
until
also
you
says
are
life-
born and start breathing, you are not a person, so they're not qualified.
What?
Not to mention the Bible talks about
Wait.
others very, very specific times where it talks about injuring a pregnant mother and, seeing, the difference in between the punishment for somebody who injures, a fetus as opposed to a living, breathing human being, and talks about one is a life for life, where the other one is a monetary value. It talks about life starting at first breath. It talks about instructions on giving abortions. It talks about all of those
says-
things, sir. So, sir, I'm
Life
going off of
begins
your,
at conception.
sir, I'm going off of your, no, it doesn't.
It says that in the Bible.
Where?
You must not have read it.
Where?
It says in the Bible, it begins at conception.
Where?
I can find somewhere for you. It just look it up right now.
I have looked it up. It doesn't say that, sir.
It does say that. Just look it up right now. On your
It doesn't
computer.
say
Yeah,
that,
what
sir.
it
I'm
says.
not going to look up what I know it doesn't say. If you have a verse for me, then go ahead.
I don't have my computer with me right now or anything.
But
I
sir,
don't
you're the
exactly
Christian. You should
what
know your Bible.
verse it's in. Yeah.
Sir, I've read the Bible back to front, cover to cover, many, many, many times.
Same.
Yeah,
And it says that.
it does not.
So you can look it up.
I have looked it up,
If you
sir.
want to. Well, just if you think you're so sure, just look it up.
Sir, I've already looked it up, and I can't look up a verse that doesn't exist. I can't type in, will you please give me the verse that does not exist?
Ask if there is a verse in the Bible that says that.
Sir, I'm not doing
Right.
your research
Yeah,
for you.
that's
I've spent many, many years reading the Bible, and I have no will to do it more than I have to. Okay? You got a
Okay.
verse,
You can-
cool. If you don't have a verse, then you might as well just leave it alone, because I'm not doing your research
can-
for you.
Yeah, you can just drop that if you don't want to do it. But let me just say, why are you charged with a double homicide?
You're actually not in most
You
cases.
killed- you are
It's actually in
charged with-
very, 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 very rare cases and only in certain states that actually happens.
But still, why in some states are you charged with a double homicide when you kill a mom that is pregnant?
You can be
Wow.
charged with homicide in very, 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 very specific circumstances in very specific states, sir. But you can also be charged with freaking crimes for having IVF in a lot of states too. Does that mean that that's murder?
No, but it's a
Well,
like, you can have
you can be
this-
murdered for it in certain states, right?
There are multiple states that you have, or most states actually, looked it up, where you are charged with a double homicide.
Not if it's not if it's
kill.
not past the state of part of viability, and at that part, that's less than 1% of any abortions that happen in the United States. Right, 99.1% of abortions in the United States happen before the point of viability, and there is no state in the United States that pre point of viability that you can be charged with that.
All right. Well, if you want to believe that abortion is a good thing, then
I didn't say
Keep
it was
you
a
there.
good thing, sir. I've already said very specifically. It is not a good thing or a bad thing, the way chemotherapy is not a good thing or a bad thing, or cancer treatment is
why
not
do
a
you
good
follow
thing or a bad thing. It is medical care. It is medical care. Okay? That is it. I am pro medical care. I am pro women having the choice to their own medical care, the choice to their own bodies, all right, to make decisions with them and their doctors. That is the difference of what we're talking about here, sir. You don't want women to be able to have health care unless you can stick your nose in it, and I do. I don't want the government to stick their nose in women's health care. You do.
it's women being selfish because you're not caring about the body that's inside theirs. They say it's my body. I can do with
You know,
it
that's
what
a
I want.
whole lot
They're
coming from
messing
somebody who
with
can't
another
have one and
person's
can't carry
body.
a child.
What?
I'm just saying, right? Like, that's coming a whole bunch from somebody who'll never have to sacrifice a fucking thing to have a child.
I can become a dad and have to sacrifice.
You can
a
never
lot
carry a
for
child. You can never carry a child. And the way you're talking, you're never going to become a dad because no one's going to sleep with you, okay? But regardless of any of that, the overwhelming majority of women that have abortions already have children prior to having that abortion, all right? So they already have kids and they already love their kids and they're not being selfish, right? They're making medical decisions with their doctors.
Yeah, but that is to make it to where they are not able to have their baby. And that is not just for themselves.
Well, then go
and
get a
themselves
vasectomy,
only.
sir.
You just need to understand.
No,
that
you just can go get a
their
vasectomy. It's not
body-
that hard,
the
sir.
person
They're
inside of
mostly
them is not them.
reversible, right? You can go get a vasectomy and then you can make sure, right, that you never accidentally impregnate anybody. And then you have no fear of any woman ever getting an abortion. That's,
I
you know,
would
that's
never
yours.
do that. I would only do that if I was married. And we would never get an abortion if I was married. So
Oh, gotcha. Well, forever your future wife is, just let you know, he's controlling your body already and you don't even know it.
let me tell you something. She's going to not want to get an abortion because she's going to have
She's
that
probably
same
not
view as-
going to exist, at least for her sake. I hope she doesn't.
Let's go to another view because
No, I'm good.
you just
Anyways,
making bad
have
things,
a good
saying
one.
bad things.
Goodness gracious. And these incels wonder why they can't get laid. Y'all, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. We're going to go through a few super chats. If you like support, we got super chats. We're almost done with this little live gift goal today, too. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Atachi, thank you so much for the $5. Said, are you feeling better today? I'm still pretty sick, but I'm surviving. We're making it. That conversation didn't help me feel any better, but we're going to keep going anyway. Thank you, Itachi. Feisty said, women in charge of women's health, men in charge of men's health. How about people just in charge of their own fucking health? And let's make that health affordable. How about that? How about all that? How about everybody just in charge of their own health? I don't want you doing that shit because I think that probably I'd rather most times have a woman doctor anyway. So don't be just like making it where I can only see men. Okay, I don't want that. Thank you, Feisty. I appreciate that. Stacy, thank you so much. That a miscarriage is literally called a spontaneous abortion. Absolutely, it is 100%. Thank you, Stacy. Frosky said a man that has never seen a woman in real life shouldn't have any say in what a woman does with her body. Hey, I'm sure he has the internet. That's all I got. He knows his mom. Maybe. Stacy, thank you for the $5. Says, I strongly believe the basic requirement to speak on abortion is be able to name all the female reproductive organs and functions. Well, then that makes me probably unqualified, but I'm also qualified to know that I don't know all of them. So I just, just tell men to leave women alone. that's all. I just tell men to leave women alone. That's all I do. I just said, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. Go freaking leave women alone because you don't know it. Because I don't know it. That's why I shouldn't be making a fucking decision. That's why I don't make it. I think that's pretty simple. Anyways, Shush, thank you so much for the $2. He said, all right, Carl, get the snip. He should get snipped immediately. We should just do that right off the bat. Help us all out. Y'all, thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 31.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. Why is that?
Well, he doesn't support abortion.
I'm not doing another abortion conversation. And yes, he does. But regardless, I'm not doing another one.
Why?
All right. I just said I'm not having another one, so you can fuck off, okay? Hello, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, my man?
Nothing much. How old are you?
I am 34.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Do I support Trump? Not exactly.
I am looking for people that support Trump right now to have conversations, so I'm gonna have to let you go, but I appreciate you. Ramon, thank you so much for the $5. Said for a fetus arguing for abortion. Yeah, that's pretty much what that was. That's the truth. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. How old are you?
I'm 30. Why are you lying on here?
All right, consent. Okay, consent. All right. We need to learn consent, guys. I understand MAGA men are not big fans, okay, of consent, all right? This is the reason why nobody wants to sleep with you. All right?
Consent.
Hello?
We need to learn consent.
Yo, turn off the live in the background, ding dong.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
This is the reason why nobody wants to sleep.
All right, I told you to turn off the live in the background. I'm not going to sit here and listen to my own voice in the background. Jesus Christ. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
What?
How old are you? How many years have you been on this planet? All right. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm 21.
I didn't ask you.
Hi, I do.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Truly didn't ask. Hello.
Hello. How
What?
are you?
Dude, stop being. You guys are weird, bro. You guys are weird.
How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 36.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Hello.
Do I vote for Trump? Yeah.
You turn off the live in the background.
Okay.
Awesome.
I
So
just
why
did
do
right
you
now.
why do you still
Hold on.
support Trump?
Why do I still support Trump? Well, the policies that he's doing right now, I agree with. I personally agree with.
Like what?
Well, I agree with the immigration agenda that he has.
You didn't say
I agree
agenda. You
with
said policy. I said which policy?
well, his current immigration policy.
What is his current immigration policy?
Well, obviously he's using ICE. He's trying to get all the illegal immigrants out.
He's trying to get all the undocumented immigrants out. First of all, okay, he's not doing a very good job. He's doing a lot more of arresting and detaining people who, are actually allowed to be here, right? People that have been here for a long time, people paying their taxes, people doing their jobs. He's also doing a great job at shooting American citizens, all right, and strangling people in concentration camps, all right. But even if all of, well, I mean, his policies are, yeah. We're talking about his policies.
His policy outlines to put people in concentration camps and to shoot people.
Mm-hmm.
Where does it say that in the policy?
Yeah, literally, his policy is what built the concentration camps, right? So his policy built things like the facility in San Antonio, Alligator, Alcatraz. So his policy is what set across, building that stuff, and his policy that's come from places.
What is your definition of a concentration camp?
Well, it's not my definition. There is a definition. I can pull it up if you like.
Well, I mean, you're using that word, so can we clearly define what that word is?
Yeah,
it's not a problem. I could tell you that word is not in the policy, so you're just arbitrarily coming up with a charged word to make
I'm not arbitrarily coming up with anything, sir. Words have definition, okay, and definitions.
And you're inserting a word into a policy,
sir.
Right?
Sir. If I write a policy, okay, that says all people of a certain ethnic group are to be murdered in my country, do I have to put the word genocide in there for it to be a genocide?
Are you saying Trump's policy says that?
No, sir. I am making a example. Just stay with me for a second, sir. If I write a policy that says all people of a certain ethnicity are to be killed in my country, do I have to write the word genocide or for it to be a genocide, or is it just one because my policy is what describes a genocide?
If the words match the definition of a genocide,
perfect. Thank you. That's what I appreciate. A concentration camp is a facility where people are imprisoned or confined, usually without trial or judicial process, and typically under harsh conditions. These sites are designed to isolate specific groups, such as political opponents, ethnic minorities, or civilians deemed undesirable or dangerous by the government for internment, exploitation, or punishment.
Okay.
Yep. So a concentration camp is a people where people are imprisoned or confined, just like Alligator, Alcatraz, like Dilley and San Antonio, usually without trial or judicial process, right? Because these people aren't getting their due process. They're not getting a day in court. They're not getting any of that stuff. Typically under harsh conditions. We have the information from like the Star Tribune where it talks about, people in these detention centers getting sometimes one meal a day, sometimes no meals a day, overflowing sewage, rampant disease, hundreds of cases of measles, cells that are so crowded that people don't have the ability to lay down multiple at a time, and they have to change around who can lay down at a certain time because there's not enough room in order to do that, right? These sites are designated to isolate specific groups, therefore immigrants, such political opponents, ethnic minorities, or civilian deemed undesirable or dangerous. Well, Donald Trump has made it very clear that he calls all undocumented immigrants dangerous. He says they're all criminals, they're all violent. And he says for internment, exploitation, or punishment. All of those things qualify the detention centers that Donald Trump has built as concentration camps.
Well, I disagree with the premise of it being a concentration camp. Because
you don't get to.
You can't say. I mean, neither of us have been there. You're talking about the Daily Tribune or whatever that is.
The Star Tribune.
When they've had other sources that say that it's not over runaway sewage. You're talking about Alligator, Alcatraz, or
what publication?
What are you talking about?
What unbiased publication has said that? What independent, unbiased publication said that? The only people that have said that are literally Trump's administration. Not a singular group of journalists or anything like that have been allowed when they're allowed, because the Trump administration does everything in their power to make sure that no journalists are allowed in these institutions for this exact reason, because he doesn't want reporting on there. But every single independent organization that's gone in and done journalism work in these things has repeated what the Star Tribune has said.
Okay. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, the U.S. immigration detention centers, they are not concentration camps because they do have legal cases.
Because they do have legal cases. What does that mean?
Yeah, they have legal cases. They can request bonds. Many can contact lawyers. They are not detained based on race alone.
You don't have to be
Can you agree
detained
on
based
that?
off, sir, you do not have to be detained based off race alone for it to be a concentration camp. And the overwhelming majority are not given access to lawyers, or at least not giving it at the time. This says specifically that they are put there without trial or judicial process. Okay. We have had literally hundreds and hundreds of reports from these places where lawyers are trying to get a hold of people that are actually in these concentration camps and are not allowed. They're told they have to have a number in order to be able to contact the inmate, except for the inmate's the only one that can give them the number, and the inmate doesn't have access to anything that they can actually get a hold of their lawyer. They're literally being held there, not to mention the literally thousands of people who have been entered into these concentration camps and just disappeared. We don't even know where they're at. Right? 12 to 1,500 people have just disappeared from Alligator Alcatraz. We don't even know where they're at. We've had multiple different court cases of Donald Trump deporting them before they've been able to contact their lawyers, who've shipped them off to countries that they don't belong to, have shipped them off to other prisons in other countries that they don't belong to, with no trial, no judicial process, no nothing.
Well, they do have process.
They don't, sir. They don't.
Many of them have pending legal processes.
Sir,
It's
many
civil
of them
immigration
is
law.
not an excuse. All of them
Yes, it
would
is.
have to be
You're-
the
you're
rule, sir.
thinking
Sir, if it
you're
was,
thinking
sir,
it's
sir,
the
if
same
you're
as
saying, sir,
criminal
sir,
trial like in criminal court.
sir,
It's way different than
sir, sir, the fact that you have to say many and not all already proves my point.
that. Well, no, they're all in a process. Many have been identified, but you are trying to equate them as civil. They are immigration cases are civil proceedings. They're not criminal. So you're making a false equivalency to what's normally done in criminal proceedings. But
Sir,
they're civil
sir, I'm
proceedings.
not making
So
any of
there's
that,
no
sir.
jury.
You're saying that because it's a you're saying it's a civil process. Perfect. If it's a civil process, then why are they spending weeks in inhumane conditions in a concentration camp?
All people can be detained until a process is completed. If someone breaks the law right now and they have no ID on them, they don't know who they are you saying that we are not allowed to detain them and put them in?
Yeah, for a period of
in
up to
temporary
72
holding?
hours. Some of these people are in these concentration camps for literally months upon months upon months. You have 72 hours to detain someone while you try to identify them for a crime. Unless if you don't do that, then you have to charge them with a crime. None of these people, sir, none of these people are charged with a crime.
Well, what if they do? What if anybody does commit a crime? You're saying that you can only hold them for 72 hours? You can't identify them?
You have to charge them.
Okay.
None of these people are charged with a crime. You just said it wasn't even a crime. You said it was a civil infraction.
Well, it's a civil proceeding, yes.
If it's a civil
That's different
proceeding, then there's
process.
no crime to charge anyone for. So therefore, they're not being charged with a crime. So therefore, they are being held for, sir. So therefore, sir. So therefore, sir. So therefore, they are being held in 4 months in a freaking concentration camp without being charged for a crime. Okay, that is a violation of like what, the 4th Amendment and the 5th Amendment and parts of the 6th.
No, they are being charged with a civil violation. It's not necessarily a crime.
You can't be
It
charged
is
with
a
a civil violation. That's not how that works. That's just a play on words that doesn't exist.
Well, so they're not in the U.S. without legal status. So being in the U.S. without legal status is not a civil violation. It's not a violation. of
Sir,
any
a
kind.
bunch of the people that are in these things are here legally.
A bunch of what?
A bunch of the people that a whole bunch of the people that are in these facilities are here legally.
So how are you supposed to know that without actually figuring that out?
You
and
can
going through the
figure that out,
process?
sir, but what you don't do is you don't put people just randomly in detention centers, in concentration camps, and then figure out whether they're here legally or not. You figure out whether they're here legally or not, and then if they're not here, sir, listen. You figure out whether they're here legally or not, and if they're not here legally, then you have the right to deport them. All right? Deport them. Not put them in a concentration camp, deport them, okay? Because that is what the law says according to the civil infraction in which they are being held under, right? That you can deport them. But what you can't do is just put people here, try to figure out later whether or not they're here legally, whether or not they're an American citizen or not, put them in these facilities for weeks and months on end, and then when you figure out you're wrong, just leave them outside of the facility when you've taken them thousands of miles away from their home, where they've already been away from their families, been away from their jobs, been away from everything else.
Then I'm curious, what do you think that they should be doing then? You think what
treating people humanely.
No, well, no. I mean,
that's pretty simple.
I mean, that's cute, but I mean, what?
No, it's not cute. Oh,
process?
Guys, that's where we're at now. We're at treating people humanely is just something cute. It's amazing how we've been able to do that all throughout history
you're
until.
Not even saying anything. You're not even
no,
saying
I'm saying
anything.
a whole bunch of stuff, sir. I'm sorry the fact that you don't understand that.
No,
I'm saying a whole bunch, and I'm answering your fucking question if you'd listen. And I'm that's not an. You also don't know what the word anecdotal means, sir.
Just answer the question then.
I am in the middle of answering your question. Every time I try to start talking, you start yelling over me. If you'd like the answer to my question, you have to shut the fuck up.
What would you do?
Again, sir, I would have already been done answering it if you would be quiet first.
Go for it.
Oh, you're going to allow me to speak on my live?
Keep going.
Oh, I appreciate that. Can you do it without speaking this time?
I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. I would start by treating people humanely. Okay, because it's really amazing that all throughout,
what does that mean,
sir? Again,
to you,
sir. Last chance. I'm going to say this statement. If you cut me off while I'm saying it, then I'm hanging up the phone and I won't hear anything else from you.
You want to give up? Okay.
It's not a matter of giving up, sir. This is my live, and I'm here to have conversations with adults, not sit here and bicker with children.
Still waiting.
All right, last chance. Okay. Trust me, I can see your area code. All right, I grew up in the same one. All right. You're not special. All right. Just shh. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. What I was saying, sir, is you start by treating people humanely. It's really amazing how the Biden administration in 2024 deported more people than Trump did in 2025, but did it humanely. It's funny how the Obama administration deported more people than freaking Trump and Biden all combined, but treated people humanely. And when they didn't, all right, he was held accountable for it. There was actually protests. There was a whole bunch of people that went against it. And he changed his policy when things like that weren't happening. But see, here's the difference, sir. When it comes to Trump's policy, the inhumanity is the point. The cruelty is the point, right? The systematic separating of families is the point. The sending people to torture prisons is the point. The inhumane living conditions are the point, right? And he's doing that in order to inflict fear into people. He wants to scare people into never coming to this country, all right? Well, mostly because he has people like Stephen Miller who are actual literal neo-Nazis in the White House. But more importantly is because he wants to be cruel to people. So when I say start by treating people humanely, I start by knowing that immigrants in this country are human beings. Regardless of their legal status in this country, they're all human beings, right? And we start by, even if you are here on an undocumented status, even if the punishment for that civil infraction, or even if you've committed a crime in certain cases, right? That you were to be treated with a certain level of humanity, a certain level of decency before that. And then we give people due process under our laws, whichever way that due process looks, whether that is a trial or whether that is direct deportation according to our laws, right? But they still get due process. They get treated like human beings, and then they are removed if that is necessary, and they are kept in spot if that is necessary. That's what I would do.
Okay, so do you believe that instead of a detention, they're released back into the community, or what actual? I'm still trying to figure out what your process is.
Sir, literally, like just a couple weeks ago, he literally sent a 5-year-old to a detention center who spent weeks there, who was legally here. Okay? Legally here. All right? How about we start with, are you legally here, before we go with putting 5-year-olds in detention centers? It's not a difficult concept, sir. Are you legally, if you want to go around and you want to fight, first of all, personally, I would just split this entire ICE agency, which again, sir, well, I don't actually think I've said this to you, but this ICE agency who is funded the same size as the Israeli military, okay? The ICE alone would be like the 7th or 8th largest military on the planet, all right? Which is insane, right? But regardless of any of that, take this huge ICE agency and actually put them towards violent criminals in our country that are actually causing harm. Put them towards the cartels, towards the drug traffickers and the people traffickers and all the horrible freaking criminals that are actually, that are actually hurting people, right? Like put them towards those people. But less than 3% of the people that Donald Trump is apprehending or detaining or arresting have any type of violent criminal record at all. It's 2.7%. That's insane. Less than 20% have any criminal record whatsoever, like a jaywalking ticket. Okay? The overwhelming majority are people who have been here for a long time, who are working, who are paying their taxes, and who are going through the legal process. Donald Trump is sending his ICE agents to literal, like swear-in hearings for people getting their green cards. Right? People who have done the entire process. The day they're getting their green cards, their permanent residency here, Donald Trump is ripping them away from their families, out of the court system, and deporting them. Okay? Go after the violent criminals. Go after the people that are doing harm to people, right? Go after those people, right? Go after the people in the prisons. Like, go after people like that. Get rid of those people. Make our country safer. Don't just go around trying to send out your police force to agitate people to the point where people that are exercising their First Amendment rights get shot in the back. I don't think that's helpful for anybody.
Well, yeah, I think we definitely can both agree that they should definitely concentrate on the violent criminals, the rapists, the drugs, all of that stuff. I think that is something that everyone should definitely agree with. It's just, do we have a problem of illegal immigration in this country? Yes or no? And where I come from, again, this is just, like I said in the very beginning of our conversation, is that personally, I do agree that there should be efforts, even more of an effort than in the past, to tackle said problem. Could things be done better? Of course. But I do believe that, most of the people that Biden and, because you just kind of told me earlier that Biden and Obama deported more people than Trump, per 100 every year, correct? What was the percent of violent criminals and rapists that they deported?
Yeah, Obama's
less than 10.
Obama's deportation numbers were highly criminal because because he was treating people humanely, he actually worked with the court systems and with local police officers, and they gave it to him, right? They just handed over their people, right? Because they weren't treating people inhumanely. But yes, of course, we have a problem with undocumented immigrants. We've had a problem with our border for as long as I've been alive. Again, I assume you live, I'm not going to try to dox you or anything like that, but I assume you live in the area code that you're calling me from. I'm not trying to dox you. I'm from there. So I'm just relating to you. Okay, cool. So all I'm saying is, like, growing up where we grew up, right, in that area, we've seen it, right? We have seen a huge problem with I'm not even gonna say problem. We've had huge influxes of, people that, are undocumented. My first job, right, was roofing, right? And it was almost all undocumented immigrants. This is a problem that we've had for a long time. It's not a matter of whether it's a problem, it's how we fix it, right? And we don't fix it through inhumanity and cruelty. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I agree. I think everyone doesn't want to see inhumane practices. I mean,
Trump does.
That is something that, well, I'm just saying, like, most people don't want to see inhumane practices, but I'm just, to your point earlier, was that, between Trump, Biden, and Obama, with Biden and Obama deporting potentially even more than Trump, it was still less than 10% of those people were violent criminals and all those bad guys that you're talking about. So that means a good majority of them were also in a similar bucket as the ones Trump's, and ICE is gathering and deporting now. It's like almost there. It's similar.
Was there concentration camps?
I don't.
No,
think
the
they were
answer is no.
concentration
Was
camps, but
ICE
there were
was
detention facilities. There
ICE
were.
was yeah, in detention facilities where people were kept in very temporarily while they were deported. Did you see mass deployments of ICE agents to cities with actually very small immigration issues in order to freaking intimidate freaking American citizens and intimidate
no.
governments?
No, you're right. You're right.
Sir,
Well, actually, that's a very important point that you brought up. Actually, because you're right. Because we actually had more cooperation from a lot of these cities and states with federal law enforcement.
Yeah.
Which you are not seeing now.
When
You're
did that
not seeing now
stop?
because they hate Trump. They just
No,
hate
it's not because
Trump.
they hate Trump, sir.
Yeah, they do.
It's not because they hate
Yeah,
Trump.
they do.
It's because Trump is a racist, xenophobic piece of shit who treats people like
Oh, my
garbage.
God.
That's
Come on, man. I mean,
what do you
they're
mean?
not
Oh my God!
cooperate-
He
They're
literally
not
just put,
cooperating
sir.
with
He
federal agencies like they were with Obama and
Of
Biden.
course they're not, because Trump's policies is the ones that stop them from doing that. See, states have autonomy, sir. States have autonomy. That's the way our Constitution is set up. Okay. And when a president comes in, starts calling people garbage, right? Starts quoting Mein Kampf, all right? Starts treating people inhumanely, all right? Then yes, states are going to stop cooperating with that government. And then we have less
They don't wanna help what's
deportations.
best for the country.
It
because they
is
have
what's best for the
disagreement on
country,
words?
sir. It is what's best for the country.
So, no, I'm just pointing out. Seriously, I'm just pointing out that because he said some mean tweets that these people aren't
Some
going to do their
mean
jobs and
tweets.
cooperating.
He
like they were
got
with
on
Obama
stage
Biden.
and quoted Hitler.
So that means we're not. So that means okay, he did that. So we're not.
No,
gonna do
I'm not
stuff to the
turning
country
over
we've been doing in
human
past
beings.
administrations.
No, sir. I'm not turning over human beings to a guy who quotes Hitler. No. Would you?
Okay, but they do.
Sir,
but they'll
I'm
do it
sorry.
to
I'm sorry. Hold
Obama,
on.
to
No.
Karl Marx.
Stop right here. Okay? Stop right here. Okay? Do you have kids?
But we'll cooperate.
Do you
with
have kids?
Obama, who quoted Karl Marx.
Do you have
It's
kids?
just
Sir,
that's a crappy reason, man.
sir. Do you have kids?
That's just.
All right, I'm muting you now because if you can't answer the question, I'm not going to sit here and listen to this shit. Do you
What's
have
your question?
kids? Yes or no?
Yes.
You have kids. Would you turn over your kids to somebody who freaking got up on stage and talked about treating kids horribly?
Would I turn over my kids?
Yeah,
In what
if a
context?
babysitter
What do you
came
mean?
over, you had a new babysitter, and this babysitter came over and went, I fucking hate kids. You know, I hate kids. I think kids are horrible. I think kids are the worst things that ever existed. I hope we go around and we hurt all the kids. Now I'm here to babysit your kids. Would you turn over your kids?
To that babysitter?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Okay, then why do you think states are going to hand over people, okay, to a president who says that he hates those people, who has had a proven track record of mistreating those people, of treating those people inhumanely? Why would you turn over people if you believe in humanity, right? If you believe, like I do, okay, that immigrants are still human beings that deserve to be treated with respect and dignity? Why would you turn over those migrants to somebody who refuses to treat them like human beings and refuses to treat them with respect and dignity?
So did Obama treat people with respect and dignity? Because that whole kid in cages and all that stuff, that was under his, but they were cooperating with him.
That was something that happened, and Obama was president. Sir. That is something that happened, and Obama was president. There was never a policy from Obama to make that happen. Okay,
But
that
it
is
happened. It happened
yes,
regardless.
and then Obama found out about it happening and then changed it. It happened early in his presidency, and then people found out about it. And they're like, "Hey, Obama, this is happening," and Obama changed the policy. Donald Trump's literal
cooperating?
policy is to do that.
Insane.
But did they stop cooperating?
They would be cooperating with
kept
Trump
doing
if Trump changed his policy. If Trump did what Biden did and realized there was bad things and changed his policy, then they'd be cooperating with him right now. Donald Trump not only doesn't change his policy, he makes the policy harsher.
Well, I can kind of I see what you're saying with the especially when you use when you use charge words with historical context, like concentration camps and then saying
These aren't.
racist, xenophobic,
No.
and
Don't try to
all
change
that
the
stuff.
subject. Don't try to change the
It-
subject.
it-
No,
it-
you're
it-
changing
the
the
thing is
subject.
when-
No, you're
when
changing the
Obama
subject.
and Biden did
You're
it,
changing
I'm
the
just saying
subject. No, when Obama did
Obama
it, the
and Biden
left.
did it,
When Obama
no
did
one
it, the
cared.
left. When Obama did it, the left protested. When Obama did it, they literally is video of literally people while Obama's on stage on live TV yelling at fucking Obama, stop the fucking deportations, stop this shit from happening. There is so much documented evidence of the left going after Obama for the things that happened in Obama's presidency. The only difference is when we did it to our own president, right, to the president on the left, y'all didn't say shit. Y'all didn't join us. It was the left protesting against the leftist president, and the leftist president changed. And then we do the same thing about the right. You guys are like, oh, it's just because it's Trump. No, we did the same thing to fucking Obama. You just weren't listening.
So Trump makes a new detention center in Florida, but I'm looking right now where I see over 30 detention centers that were actually
Dude, stop trying to change the
more
subject.
dilapidated under Biden and Obama.
Stop trying to change the subject, sir. Sir,
I
sir,
have
sir. Let me be very clear.
Adelino.
Let me be very fucking clear.
I'm
Okay,
just- I'm
because
just saying,
no. I need
just
to
because
nip
Trump
this in the
makes
bud
one.
because this fucking line of argument for you is not a good one for you, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Okay. First of all, it shows that you're not willing to discuss Trump. Biden is not the president. Obama is not the president. Donald Trump is the
hypocrisy.
Shh. Shh.
It's hypocrisy.
Shh. Biden is not the president. Donald Trump is not the fucking president. Okay? Sorry, Donald Trump is the president. Not Obama, not Biden, not Bush, not Clinton, not nobody else. Donald Trump is the fucking president. Okay? Donald Trump is the one doing this. Do not make a difference. Okay? Do not try to put together two things that are not close to each other, which is one, things that happened that were bad, and two, a systematic process of things that are happening bad. Okay, Donald Trump is requiring the cruelty. Under Obama, bad things happen. But second of all, if you want to say that Obama or Biden were bad for doing things, I don't fucking care.
Insane.
I couldn't give a fuck, dude. If they were, then fuck them too. I don't give a shit. Treat people humanely. And as long as the current president of the United States is treating people inhumanely and fucking sending 5-year-olds to concentration camps, then Donald Trump can go fuck himself, and you still supporting him can go fuck yourself too. Cool?
Where were you then, dude? Why are you?
I was out protesting. Where were you?
You were out protesting?
Yeah, with the rest of the left. Where were you?
I had a full-time job and family.
I had a
and
full-time
kids,
fucking
man.
job too. Nobody fucking asked.
Well, I don't know, man. Obviously, we're just debating. We're not changing each other's minds.
Of course,
I mean,
sir.
you
Why
asked
would
me
you
the
change your mind,
question-
sir? Sir, either you believe in humanity and you like human decency and empathy, or you don't. I can't change the mind of somebody who doesn't.
Well, of course. Well,
Of course,
no,
yeah, exactly.
Of course,
I
want
assume that
people to be
requires some type of like better parenting or something.
Of course, we all want human decency. It's
No,
just
we don't.
have
I
the-
do. You're fighting against it. This is
How
not a
am I
we
fighting
thing.
against it?
You are supporting the president currently who is doing the things that go against human decency. I am fighting against that. Do you not see how this is working? Right now, currently, okay, you'd be on the side of the Nazis. All right? That's how
Oh my God.
this works.
Oh my God, that is
okay?
some low IQ bullshit, man.
Oh, it's not
I
low
thought the
IQ at all, sir.
Nazis, Trump-
Low
Trump
IQ
orange
shit
Hitler.
is fucking.
Trump is orange Hitler. Oh God.
I didn't say
Oh,
Trump was
God.
Hitler.
Oh my God, Trump is orange Hitler. You've been on
I
the
didn't
side
say
of the
Trump was
Nazis.
Hitler.
Dude, that is so typical of a leftist to say stuff.
Sir, I didn't say Trump was Hitler. If you think that, that's what you call a Freudian slip, sir, and that's on you. I'm not saying anything about.
You said I'd be on the side of the Nazis.
Yeah,
What
because
the
I'm
fuck
talking
is that?
about
That's
you,
a Freudian
dumbass. I'm not
slip.
talking about Trump. I'm talking about you. I'm saying that you are a simp for authoritarian fucking governments, okay, that put people in concentration camps. I'm not talking about what Trump is doing. I'm talking about you. I'm saying that you're a bad person. Nothing to do with Trump.
Because I want our borders protected?
No,
Because
sir, I
people
want
to
our
get the fuck
borders
outta here?
protected. I want our borders protected. We haven't gotten to talking about borders being protected because Donald Trump isn't doing anything to protect the border because he's spending all of his money on ICE instead of on Customs and Border Protection. In fact, on top of that, he's taking people from Customs and Border Protection that should be guarding our border and he's sending them to places like Chicago. So our borders are actually less protected than they were before. So our borders are not more fucking protected. I want our borders protected. You want people sent to concentration camps.
If the left really cared, the leftist governors and mayors and if they really cared about people, then they would ensure that their quote unquote properly trained law enforcement would assist. But no, they're letting Trump's Nazis, ICE, to actually go ahead and take the lead on it. If they really cared about people and humanity, then they would have.
You see how he says humanity? That shows he doesn't care.
I'm just saying.
See how cute that is?
Right? No,
you see how sad he is? You see how he can't even talk about you know how he can't talk about humanity or anything like that without whining and trying to sound like a child, because that's how fucking immature and sad and indecent people that support Trump are, right? That's how sad they are. That's how sad they are.
Allow ICE to do it.
Sir, ICE would do what ICE wants to do regardless. What you're saying is these local police officers should help them do it. That's what you're saying.
Well,
You're saying is that Minneapolis.
What
you're saying is Minneapolis PD should help them be inhumane. Okay.
No, they would do it in a more humane way.
Why? Under what qualification do you think that if Minneapolis police was helping them do it, they would do it more humanely?
Because you said, we just talked about earlier how there was more cooperation in the past.
What makes you fucking
Biden
think
and
that I
Obama.
think Minneapolis police is humane?
Then.
What makes you think what makes you think that I think that Minneapolis police is humane? That's a funny question.
Well,
you mean the people that killed George Floyd?
You
What makes you think I think that Minneapolis PD is good people?
Because you said that Obama and Biden did it in a more humane way than how Trump is doing it now.
They didn't do it by fucking the PD helping ICE, ding dong.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. No, they.
Yes,
it was cooperation. As in when people were already, sir. It was when people were already arrested. Okay, there was coordination between them and the federal government in order to turn those people over. Okay, but Donald Trump is not interested in people that were just arrested for crimes. Again, 4 out of 5 people. Nope, 4 out of 5 people that he arrests or detain have not committed any crime at all, period, and less than 3% have committed a violent crime. If Donald Trump, I'm still talking. I'm still talking. But
that's always
I'm still talking.
Yeah, that's always been the case, though. But okay.
Shh. Thank you.
Been less than
Okay,
10%.
so Donald Trump at his trying to get 3,000 people deported a day would never reach that. So they would still have to do exactly what they're doing right now. But let me be more clear than anything else, okay, is that this has nothing to do with getting undocumented immigrants out of the country. Nothing. Okay, because if Donald Trump wanted to use ICE to get undocumented people out of the country, he'd be sending them to Florida and Arizona and New Mexico and Texas. Okay, he'd be sending them to the places where all the undocumented immigrants are. But he's sending them to Chicago and Minneapolis and Portland. Okay, he's sending them to the blue places because he is using ICE as his own personal Gestapo to try to intimidate people that do not agree with him politically. It has nothing to do with immigration. Okay, it has everything to do with striking fear and intimidation, which just to let you guys know is the literal definition of what terrorism is.
So calling them Nazis is not inciting fear into people. That's what the left and media
Again,
does.
I never called them the Nazis. Sir, I have never said, sir, the only person who has called anyone Nazis is you during this conversation.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying what the left does.
I don't know what the left does. You're having a conversation with me, not with the left. You're having a conversation with me, not the left. I'm not here to justify what you think the left is doing.
No, we're having a conversation about these things, right? So what I'm saying
is... We are not.
No, we're not.
We are not having a conversation about what you think the left says. Who's the leader of the left, by the way? Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Who's the leader of the left, by the way?
Sorry, you broke up for a second there.
I did not break up. I'm on a computer in my house, not moving.
No, I'm saying I can't. No, I know, but I'm saying it on my phone it broke up a little bit there.
Well, you should have
No,
upgraded from MAGA Mobile.
Okay. Good one, dude. But anyways, no. What I'm saying is often what they say.
Who's they?
And you know.
Who's
you know
they?
That this is
Nope.
true.
Who's
like
they?
People like you, people like you that
they?
called me out
Who's
on the side
they?
of the Nazis.
Who's
You're the one that
they?
used that word first.
Who's
You're the one that
they?
used that word first.
Who's
Nazis.
they?
People like you that called me a Nazi, like you just.
I
earlier.
never called you a Nazi, sir. I said you would have
You
been on the
said you
side
would be
of the
on
Nazis.
Side of the Nazis.
Yeah, there's
You said
tons
I'd
of
be
people that were
side
on the
of
side of the Nazis that weren't Nazis.
But you said I'd be on the side of the Nazis.
There was an
Like,
entire
you guys
country
you
of
guys
people in
use
Japan
words like
who
that.
weren't Nazis who were on the side of the Nazis.
But you guys use. Do you see what kind of words you guys use though?
Yes, the
You guys
correct
use
ones.
Nazi.
The correct ones.
No, it's not. It's,
Yeah.
It's just. It's
Just
another
because,
level of
sir,
name
just
calling.
because they hurt your feelings doesn't make them not correct. Okay.
Doesn't hurt my feelings. It's
Yes,
just
they do.
ignorant.
Yes,
It
it
sounds
does.
stupid.
I can hear you've been whining
No,
about it for a bit. Just because they hurt you, started this conversation crying and whining about me using the words concentration camps. Okay, you whined and cried and cried
Yeah,
and
because
cried
you-
and cried
you
and
guys
whined and whined and
purposely
whined
use certain
because,
words.
sir, it hurts your feelings. We're not going to worry about whether that definition
hurt my
is
feelings,
factually
you
correct.
use concentration
We're going to
camps.
worry
It sounds
about whether it
stupid.
hurts your feelings. Remember back in the day, I remember this because I was streaming back then. Remember back in the day when MAGA used to call us fucking like snowflakes? They used to call us snowflakes, right? Oh, you guys are soft. You guys are little snowflakes, all this sort of stuff. Now, all they do is whine about what words we're using and then have their little safe space halftime show.
Isn't that why
Okay.
you're doing this?
They
though?
literally
Because
like
you're so
fucking are
upset with Trump?
snowflakes and fucking like literally fucking
minute,
whine
isn't
and
that
cry
why-
and have
isn't
their
that why
own
you're doing-
halftime shows.
Isn't that why you're
Can
on
we get a
live
bunch
right
of
now? 'Cause you're so
snowflakes
upset
and
with
baby
Trump?
bottles in the chat for caller, please? Can we get a bunch of snowflakes and baby bottles in the chat for caller?
Isn't
I
that
appreciate
why
it.
you're doing this right now? Isn't that why you're doing this right now? Because you are a snowflake. You're trying to debate people, and you're on live on YouTube because you're so triggered and upset by Trump, by Hitler. It's like, dude, that is why you're doing it, because you are actually the sensitive baby. That's why you're on this live right now.
So let me get this straight. I'm
Why
a
do you
sensitive,
still
sir.
support
So let
Trump?
me get this
Look at
straight.
the title on
All right,
your-
I'm just gonna mute you. So let me get this straight. So I'm a sensitive baby because I get on here every single day and talk to supporters of Trump, right? That's what I do. I stand up like a fucking man, right? And actually have conversations with people on the other side. You, on the other hand, get on here and whine and cry like a fucking child.
That's what you're doing. You're saying, why do you still
Yo, you
support
did it.
Trump?
My dad can beat up
Why
your
do you
dad. Oh my
still
God, you're so
support
good.
Trump?
We need some more
That's what you're
snowflakes in here for
thinking.
this guy. Sir, I'm here to have conversations with adults. If you can't act like one, I'll just move on.
Act like adult. You're the one saying stupid shit. Oh,
Is that a no,
That's
I
fucking
can't,
dumb.
I
That's-
act like an
that
adult?
is
Is that
stupid.
a, oh no, I need my diaper changed? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you do. It's like, why do you still support?
All right, I'm gonna move on to somebody else because this is I have no idea what the heck we're even talking about over here. Yo, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. That guy's from where I'm from too. That's sad. That's super sad. Y'all, if you guys like support, I really appreciate you guys. The live gift goal going out here. I get the little DJ glasses. Really appreciate you guys. I also have super chats, super stickers. So if you guys would like support, I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We do this 5 days a week, and we're gonna keep this thing going. Everything said, get that caller back that said, fuck Trump. That dude at least had sense. I don't know where he's at. I'm sorry. Don, thank you so much for the $1. I appreciate that. Tess, thank you so much for the $2. Brian, thank you so much for the $9.99. And again with the $9.99. Really appreciate that, Brian. Godzilla, thank you for the $10. Said he messed up. He said, but you said I would have been with the Nazis. So yes, did you say Trump is Miller? Bro, out 2 and 2 together himself without saying anyone else. Yeah, he just connected all those dots together on his own. I didn't have to do anything about it. I just said some stuff and he's like, you think I'm a Nazi? I'm like, bro, like, I mean, if that's what you gotta do, man. And Soul think you said not MAGA mobile. Dude, I know they got those Trump phones. Those things are pretty cool. Those things are pretty cool, but they should stop trying to call me on them. You know what I'm saying? They should stop trying to call me on them. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I've been watching your show for about a half hour now. I just found you out of nowhere, and
you were like, man, this guy is awesome
Trump.
and pretty, and you're like, I have to call in. I get it, man.
No, nothing like that. I thought you made some really good points, and I think there should be some changes to what's going on currently, personally.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. All right, why is that?
Okay, so I know that he's messing up in some places, as I've seen you discussing with the other guys. Yeah, the whole separating kids, that's fucked up. Any way you looked at it, that's fucked up. But I kind of feel a little bit safer at the end of the day not having MS-13 running around our country.
Sir, again, I have no problem with ICE going after MS-13, okay? But let's also be very clear. MS-13 is a gang that was created here. It was established in Los Angeles, not from outside of the country, right? So going after MS-13 isn't really helpful. Second of all, again, less than 3% of the people that Donald Trump is, arrested, detained, apprehended are violent criminals, right? He's not concentrating on your MS-13 members or your Mexican cartel members or anything like that. He's concentrating on people that are working every day, that are paying their taxes, that are taking their kids to school. That's who he's concentrated on. I wish Donald Trump would take, ICE, right? I mean, I think it's a waste of tax dollars to have him be the 7th or 8th largest military in the world. But I wish he would take that force and put it towards violent criminals. But he's not.
Right, I agree.
But that's not what he's doing. That's not his policy. Right, his policy is, he arrested and detained and sent to detention centers like 3,800 children in 2025, 20 infants.
Yeah, that's what you mentioned a couple minutes ago, talking about the 5-year. I was like, dude, that's the first time I'm hearing of this.
Dude, there was
20, I try to watch both sides of the aisle on this.
Yeah, Liam Ramos is his name, but literally 20 infants, like children in diapers, were in detention centers.
That's fucked.
Right? So, this is the problem. It's not a matter of just deporting people. We can have a conversation about who we should deport. Should we deport people who have been here for a long time? Have we deport people who are working? We can have that debate, and maybe we have a little disagreement on exactly where we should put the line on who we should deport and all sorts of stuff, right? And that's right. and that's totally fine, okay? And I'm more than happy to have those conversations at another time, right? But what I'm saying is that this is not the issue. The issue is that he's taking people from their immigration hearings, right? He's using the IRS, so people that are paying their taxes.
Yeah, that's also the first time I'm hearing of this. That's the first time I heard of that.
Yeah, he actually used the actual IRS, right, to go after people that were paying taxes and working, who've been here for decades, right, and taking them and trying to deport them, right? There was I think it was in Utah, where there was a literal giant swearing-in ceremony for people getting their green cards. They'd gone through the whole process, literally years and years and years and years of doing things the right way. And the day they get their the day they actually are going to get their green card, Donald Trump ripped them out of the court system and deported them. Right?
How is that legal? I don't understand how that's legal.
Yeah, whether it is or not is questionable. That one's not really questionable. That's just illegal. But that's what Donald Trump does. He goes and he does things at such a fast pace, right, that by the time you're able to catch up in the law, in the legal system, all sorts of stuff, he's already deported them and they're gone, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? Because the only people that can hold him accountable is the legislature, and they're not holding him accountable because they're all a bunch of freaking right-wing sycophants that all support him, right? This is why it's so important that we have actual checks and balances within our system, right?
Correct.
And that's why it's so important. Like I said, we have the midterms coming up this year. That's the reason why we need this, right? The Democrats to be able to take over the House and the Senate is because it puts a check on that power, right? Donald Trump will still have, a certain amount of authority when it comes to deportations. The president does, according to the Constitution.
Yeah,
but
he's the leader.
Well, he's the leader, but we have a separation of powers, right? And certain powers belong to the legislature, certain powers belong to the executive, all that sort of stuff, right?
Right, the three branches I remember from school.
But Donald Trump will still have a lot of leeway when it comes to deportations, but he will have a branch of government that's going to check him on doing things like that, right? And that's that's what we need. We need that check on that power, because if not, then we're just living in authoritarianism, right?
Yeah, exactly. And as a Republican, I want to reach across the aisle and just shake your hand. You know what I mean? Because you're making some really valid points. At the end of the day, I really feel like, he's made some good headway in certain ways. I don't support everything he does because I'm not an idiot. I don't just blindly support anybody. That only idiots do that. But I really feel like we're in a better place than we were like 5-6 years ago. I mean, my life's better.
5-6 years ago
watching
was
my
COVID,
family.
sir.
They seem to be better. I feel bad for the people that are here illegally. I feel really bad for the people that are getting grabbed up that don't deserve to be grabbed up. That ain't right. So, I mean, whatever channels I got to go through and whoever I got to talk to in Congress, whatever it may be, to get that, focused on, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, but sir, 5-6 years ago we were in COVID. Of course you're better.
Yeah, that sucked. I fucking hated COVID with a passion.
Well,
could not
I think we
stand
all did. I don't think anybody was a big fan, right? But what I'm
some
saying is
some of
like
them liked it. They want to get paid and sit on their asses.
But,
It's not
sir,
like I look around and there's only hardworking people. All the rest of them just want to sit on their ass and not do shit.
yeah, but sir, yeah, we're all better from than we were during COVID, but we're not better than we were when Trump took office. That's what we're not better at, right? Like, we lost over 1 million jobs last year. The unemployment rate is the highest it's been since 5-6 years ago, right? The value of the dollar is down, right? Like, we're not better economically, right? We're not people. There are not more jobs. There's not more manufacturing. There's not more, there's not more income. None of those things are
Weren't the
happening.
tariffs supposed to help us? I thought we were supposed to get dividends from tariffs, and then like there was like supposed to be this other thing that helped us.
Yeah, sir, you're not. You were also supposed to get a Doge check, but that never showed up, right?
Yeah, where's that? You know
Well,
what I mean?
you're-
Like
it's
I'm
nev- it's
wondering
never
where
coming.
that's at.
Yeah, well, you can keep wondering because it ain't never coming. Okay.
So you think he just played all of us?
I mean, not all of us. I never believed him.
Well, I give everyone a chance to fuck me. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool
That's
me
a great way to
twice.
get STDs,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Don't be doing that. All right, so don't be doing that. Be a little more picky when it comes to that sort of stuff. So you're not getting a tariff dividend because Donald Trump is literally spending all of the tariffs because you're paying the tariffs, right? 96% of the tariffs that have that Donald Trump has implemented have been paid by American citizens, right? And so
I've seen some of the numbers. I thought the other countries were the ones paying more because they've been screwing us for years.
Nope. The Kiel Institute just actually put out a report a couple weeks ago. They show that 96% of the tariffs are paid by American citizens, which makes sense because a tariff is literally an import tax. So it makes no sense for other countries to be paying them. We pay them. The importer pays them. They pass on to the American consumer. American consumers pay tariffs. So while Donald Trump
that's why my bacon and my milk has gone up.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
I like
Okay,
this
I'm not
guy.
gonna lie, that pissed me off. That pissed me off a little bit.
Can we get W's in the chat? Can we just get W's in the chat? This is kind of a fun conversation. Can I get W's in the chat for the caller? Go ahead.
I mean, I'm learning as we go. You know what I mean? I'm open-minded. Like I said, I'm not really on one side or the other, but I do tend to lean more towards Republican because of safety. That and my Second Amendment right. I don't want nobody taking my Second Amendment right from me.
Well, Donald Trump
I did
literally
hear some stuff that scared me.
Yeah, Donald Trump literally just said that there's you have no right to freaking take a firearm to a peaceful protest. Which
So you heard about that too? I just heard about that. I was like, dude, what the fuck is he talking about?
he said it. JD Vance said it. Kash Patel said it. Christy Nome said it. They
See, so
literally.
what it all comes down to is the corporate rich elite versus us.
It comes down to respect for the Constitution or not, right? Like that's what it comes down to. It comes down to the respect for the Constitution. Like you can have Democrats, right? And like, so I'm for, much more gun control, right? Within our system.
Okay.
At the same time, I'm also, believe that people have the right to be able to defend themselves and carry firearms and all sorts of stuff. I believe both, right? I believe that we can strengthen the system while also people can have their rights, right? I'm
Yeah,
right
that
there, right?
sounds fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But regardless of any of that, like if somebody like me was to get into office, it starts with the respect of the Constitution. What has the Constitution said? What is the interpretation of the Constitution? Donald Trump doesn't care about that, right? He doesn't care that you have the right to peacefully protest. That's our First Amendment right. He doesn't care. He sends his police force out to attack and harass them, right? He doesn't care that you have the right to, carry a firearm at that peaceful protest because he only wants people to have firearms that are on his side, not people on the other side to have them, right? So it's all about you versus me. It's all about division. It's not about what's the law and what does the Constitution say.
Well, dude did get shot like a couple times in the past year. I don't blame him for being a little wiggy with anybody going up to his rallies with a gun.
Donald Trump's never gotten shot.
What about the ear thing? I saw the ear thing. It was on the news everywhere.
Yeah, cartilage doesn't grow back, man.
So you think it was fake?
No, personally, I think the bullet hit that podium that he was standing on, and I believe the glass hit his ear and it cut him, and he was bleeding. And
oh, you think it was the glass?
Yeah, I do.
Shit, this whole time I thought it was a bullet. To be honest, just what I saw. I thought I saw anyway. Shit.
Yeah, cartilage doesn't grow back. If you got shot in the ear, first of all, it would have blown half his damn ear off. And second of all, it wouldn't have grown back. He was wearing a Band-Aid like the next day and he was like fine a week later. There's just no way he got shot. Now, did he probably get shot at? Yeah. Okay. Now there's some conflicting theories on what happened with that. I'm not going to get into all of that.
Yeah, total random psycho. Who fucking knows?
Was he probably shot at in some way, shape, or form? Yes, probably, right. But regardless, he was not.
Yeah, just
shot.
like the other guy. The turn the page, America. Whatchamacallit? Shit, what's the name?
You talking about Charlie Kirk?
Turning America.
Turning Point
Yeah,
USA.
Charlie Kirk. Yeah, that guy.
No,
I didn't even find out about him until he got shot for real.
No, he got shot. That dude.
I saw the video. It was brutal. It was so brutal.
That one was real. Yeah.
That was horrible. Nobody deserves to be done like that because of their words, man.
I agree. I do agree that nobody deserves to be shot in
That
front of
was
their
not
family for speaking. I definitely 100% agree with that. And though I disagree with Charlie Kirk significantly, I don't agree with that.
Honestly, there was a few things in my heart that I was like, I don't know. But for me, it was like over half the stuff he said. I was like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. But that's just I don't know. I grew up here in Georgia.
I
so
did
things are a
hear
little
that he
different.
wrote Erica Kirk out of the will lately. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's pretty wild.
What?
Yeah, apparently she was cheating on him and he wrote her out of the will. That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. I haven't verified it at all, but it does make sense for how she's been acting since he got shot. So
no, I mean,
can anyone verify that claim
recently? So I'm kind of wondering the same thing about his girlfriend that all this bullshit went over with. It's heart attack situation, quote unquote, but I don't know for sure.
If anybody has like the actual like data on whether that actually happened or not, put it in my Discord in the sources there. That was just something I heard. I haven't verified it, but I heard that he wrote her out of the will because again, maybe it might not be true. It might not be true.
I would like to know. I personally, I'll join your Discord because I like to be on both sides of the aisle.
Someone said it was. I read something about it. They said it was debunked. Okay, dang it. My bad. All right. Well, I thought it was. It makes sense.
Good. I mean,
she's been real happy since he
on him.
died. So I still think.
Well, all that attention. Some people like that. You know what I mean? I don't know her personally, anything about her.
Debunked by Snopes. Someone said Snopes debunked it. Okay, that's fine. I believe that. So, but anyways, all right, man. Well, I do appreciate you coming up. It was a very nice conversation, and
and I learned a few new facts, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna reach out to some of my people here in Georgia and see if I can like get word to them somehow. Like, this is bullshit.
Bury
Georgia, you know it.
Georgia.
Come on vacation, leave on probation, bro.
All right, man. Well, you have a good one. All right. Talk to you later.
Keep doing the thing. I'll drop you a like and a sub.
All right, appreciate you, man. Bye. Okay, if it was debunked, it's fine. I heard it. I didn't verify it. I had to. Yeah. I said, I guess I'll tell you guys if I heard something and it wasn't verified. It's fine. Betty, thank you so much for the $2. Said send help. The big ass snowflake blocked my door. That dude, not this guy. That before was a huge snowflake. That shit was wild. Please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I do really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys like support, super chats, DJ glasses, all that fun stuff. Thank you. Kenya, thank you so much for the 99 cents. Scott, thank you so much for the $10. Said Canada's road to tell Trump's USA to fuck off. Give me a hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Woohoo! What has been really pretty is listening to some of the Olympic athletes who have been talking about how much they love America and how Donald Trump doesn't represent them. And I've thought that was actually very, very beautiful. I thought that was actually very, very beautiful. Don't let them gaslight you to tell you that if you don't support Trump, you're not American. Don't let them gaslight you and tell you that shit. Okay? Don't do it. Bat, thank you so much for $2. Said, bro, let the man speak for once. I don't know who you're talking about, but I let everybody speak. Zoe, thank you so much for the 6-7. Analyze, thank you so much for the bronze medal. I appreciate that. And we're going to keep this thing going, open up these phone lines. I'm actually kind of hungry. That's annoying. Oh, real quick, Denise, thank you so much for the $10. Also just said, thanks, Polly. Thank you so much, Denise. And Jordan, thank you so much for the $5. Said, have you considered clapback courses? I would love my rain. Oh my God, what's it say? Hold on, there's more of this. Caller, stand by for a sec. I got to read the rest of this message. I got to let it open up first. Have you considered clapback courses? I would love my rain to be as quick as yours. Oh, love you, man. I wish I could teach this. I think that's mostly just trauma that taught me how to do that. So you don't want to be able to do it as much as I can. But thank you so much, Jordan. All right, caller, how old are you?
I'm 65. I'm from New Jersey.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. Why is that?
Say that again.
Why is that?
I just like everything that he's doing.
You like hiding the Epstein files, or
If there was anything in the Epstein files, no doubt the administration of Biden would have showed it. They had 4 years. They didn't show it. So I'm not going to be, I'm going to move on from that. I'd say
he's
that
mentioned over 3,800 times. What are you talking about? We already know he's in there.
Doesn't matter. Clinton went 28 trips. He didn't go any.
Clinton can go to jail too. I don't give a shit.
Leader from the Democratic Party.
Clinton can go to jail too. I don't give a shit.
Doesn't matter. He's a big leader. It's what Trump does. It's not what happened with
Big
Epstein.
leader.
If there was anything major with Epstein, it would have been taken care of already. For Trump.
No,
So
sir.
nothing
See,
there.
here's your confusion: is that you think the Biden
I'm not
administration?
confused.
Yes, you are.
Nah, not at all.
No, I'm going to inform you on how you are. Okay. Don't
No,
worry
you're not
about
going to inform me.
No, I'm going to. I'm going to. So what you think is that Biden and Trump are the same people, sir.
You don't want to go on the other subjects.
Sir.
Move off Epstein. It's a red herring.
All right, sir. Well, I'm going to finish my sentence so you can shut the fuck up. Okay.
Finish your sentence.
There's no reason to, but there is a want to.
That's up to you. If you just want to be ignorant.
I know it's up to me. So shut the fuck up.
It's ignorance. Right. It's ignorance.
Cool. You done? See,
I'm ready for
you
you to
think that Biden is the same as Trump and that Biden would just use whatever information that he could possibly get to go after Trump. And the reason why you think that is because you're,
96
sir.
Did they invite him? They indict him for nothing, sir. Sir, they invited him.
This is my last time that I'm going to try to finish my sentence.
Of
If you
course,
cut me off,
because
I'm
you
hanging
want
up
to
the
rap
phone.
over the top of me.
Sir, I was in the middle of a sentence. You just stopped. Last chance. Okay. You would think at your age, you would have learned to grow up by now.
I'm not cursing. You are.
Sir, again, cursing, I can do all I want. Being an ignorant asshole on my live is something you don't get to be, okay?
You are.
MAGA Mobile, all right? So, okay, you think that freaking Trump, that Biden would be somebody that just went after him, but Biden didn't go after Trump. Trump goes after his political enemies. Biden allowed the DOJ to work independently, and the independent DOJ found crimes that Donald Trump
Are you
did.
joking?
Okay, I told you talk while I'm talking again. I was hanging up the phone. You thought I wasn't about this life. Okay. But regardless of that, it was an open investigation in which they couldn't release things on. The investigation ended after Ghislaine Maxwell went to jail, and so therefore allowed the files to be able to be released. Okay, and we already know Donald Trump was in those files over 3,800 times. All right, and that is why he is trying to hide them. So I was just wondering what you thought about those. But if you think I'm gonna sit here and have a whole conversation where you just talk over me for a half an hour, you got another thing coming. I'm not about that life. Thank you. Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. How old are you?
25.
It's insane.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yep.
Awesome. Why is that?
I'd say he's doing a good job, just at everything.
Just at everything, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
All
I
right.
can't complain.
All right. Well, can you explain to me why the unemployment rate is at 4.4%, which is the highest it's been since COVID?
Well, I think those people could probably just get a job. I don't think there's anything stopping people from getting jobs.
How about the over 1 million jobs we lost in 2025? Do you think that would be stopping them?
Yeah, because they can still get a job somewhere else. I don't think that's the end of the world.
Oh, gotcha. So you think the people that lost their jobs in 2025 and we're having very, very low job creation and all this sort of stuff could just go get, where are they going to get? Are they going to move to
You sure
another
that's
country?
not just from AI?
Part of it is.
Yeah, that's probably
Part of
what
it's
you're
from AI,
referring to.
part of it's from tariffs. All of it is under Trump's administration, and you said he was doing everything great.
yeah, for the American people who voted for him, yeah, I'd say he's doing great.
Well, what's actually funny is a lot of those jobs are actually getting lost in red states. Actually, the unemployment rate is actually skyrocketing, actually specifically in places that are more red. So the people that actually voted for him are the ones that are actually paying the highest price for his policies. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody complain about that, so I wouldn't know.
Oh,
But
you
as far
have
as
you would have
his
to leave your house.
immigration
For that.
policies,
No, we're not talking about immigration, sir. You said he was doing
Alright.
everything great. Okay. I want you to explain to me why groceries are at, or grocery prices are skyrocketing while inflation is still going up, why the dollar is failing right now, while people are seeing every single day that they can't afford the things that they used to be able to afford. And when Donald Trump was asked about it, he said that he said that affordability is a Democratic hoax. Thank you so much, Neurospicy. That it was a Democratic hoax that affordability wasn't really a thing.
yeah, I'd say all that was still pretty shitty under Biden too. So
I'm not talking about Biden, sir. You're saying that Donald Trump is doing everything great. And all of these things that's happening. And when, last year we had, in 2024, we had what, a 2.4% inflation rate. We had like around a 3% unemployment rate. All those things are skyrocketing now.
yeah, well, it's fine. I don't think anyone's really worried about that.
You don't think anybody's
Trump-
worried about whether they can afford things?
I think the only people who would be worried about something like that are the people who lost the election. I haven't heard anybody complain about any prices of anything that voted for him.
Well, really, that's weird because if you look at Donald Trump's approval rating, it's actually like 38%. His disapproval rating in the United States is 53%. So
I've heard his approval rating is up, so I guess we're just looking at different sources then, aren't we?
yeah, I'm looking at real ones and I don't know what you're looking at. Yeah. So
Well, I personally can't complain about the prices of shit. That doesn't really affect me. That's not a me problem. It
well, I'm
might
sorry,
be
sir. Donald
other
Trump isn't
people-
the president of you. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. So I'm talking about problems that affect the United States, not just you.
Well, like I said, I haven't heard. I've heard people say good things about prices.
Who?
I haven't heard anyone say, like, just lots of people online. I've heard
Lots of people
say lots of
online.
good
Bro, you
things.
got to go touch grass if you're going to, How old did you say you were?
I'm 25.
You're 25, still live at home with mom and dad?
No, I got my own apartment and everything.
Oh, really? They still buy your groceries or something?
Yeah, dude, they buy my groceries and everything.
That checks.
They pay my car bill and everything.
That checks.
Yeah,
It sounds like you just haven't lived a lot of life.
maybe. But look, can I say something real quick?
I mean, I guess, sure.
So I heard your conversation with another dude earlier, and you said that Trump said that people can't bring guns to protest. That's not true. What he said was, if you bring a gun to a protest, you better be smart about it.
He said
what
nobody
he said.
brings a gun to a peaceful protest.
He said you got to be smarter about it.
How is it? How much smarter can you be than putting it in a holster and not touching it or removing it?
Well, I'd say don't fucking resist arrest. So when they're
He
trying
didn't
to
resist
you.
arrest.
He didn't resist arrest. Huh?
He was shot with his hands above his head.
He didn't resist arrest.
He was shot with his hands above his head. Okay.
I'm saying before
after
that,
he was,
when the 8 cops were struggling against him, you're saying he didn't resist
sir,
arrest?
he is what, like 170 pounds? What are 8 cops struggling with him, period?
Why couldn't he put his hands behind his back?
They were behind his back. He was pepper
They
sprayed
weren't
and
behind
falling.
his back. If his hands were behind his back, he would have already been in handcuffs and nobody would have needed to
Nope,
get
sir.
hurt.
His hands were literally behind his freaking head with his face straight down, and he was shot.
Can you pull up the video on screen?
I absolutely could, and I'm absolutely not going to because this is fucking insane. Are you kidding me right now? No one even disputes
saying he
this.
didn't resist arrest.
Even Donald Trump's fucking administration doesn't even like say against what I'm saying. What are you talking about? Like what are you
administration doesn't say
talking
what?
about? Nobody even said he was resisting arrest. They said he was a domestic terrorist out to commit mass damage with a firearm.
Well, yeah, I think he got himself killed because he's a fucking idiot trying to protect illegals for some strange reason.
He was trying to protect an American citizen woman that had gotten pepper sprayed for no reason.
Because that dumb bitch got pushed down because she was also impeding.
How was she impeding by standing on a sidewalk?
She was definitely harassing them. That's why they pushed her.
Is harassment impeding?
She was definitely impeding.
Is harassment
They were in the
impeding?
middle of the road.
They were not in the middle of the road. They were not.
They were in the middle of the road. The
were
video
not.
starts with them in the middle of the road. You watch the beginning of the video, they're standing in the road.
They're standing in the side of the road, right next to the curb.
They were on the side of the road
But that
when
wasn't
he got shot.
but that wasn't impeding.
They were impeding.
They were not impeding.
They
I don't
were
know.
impeding. They were harassing those fucking officers.
Sir, again, is
Just like the rest of
listen,
Minneapolis.
listen, hello. Is harassment impeding?
Yeah, I would say
No,
it is.
it is not. Harassment is legal. Impeding is not.
Harassment's
You
legal?
saying yes. Harassment is
Harassment- you sure about
100%.
that?
Yep.
You sure about that?
Sure. Tell me what law harassment is illegal under.
Is harassment legal? Is harassment legal? Harassment is not legal. Okay?
Okay.
I just looked it up.
What law?
I literally just looked it up. It said no.
If
it
you
is
just looked it up, then you can tell me which law.
not. It's a civil violation.
So already
That's
not a
what it
crime.
says.
That's great. We're doing great.
And it can also be prosecuted as a criminal act, but depending on the circumstances. So if some
Depending
if some
on the
retarded
circumstance.
bitch-
Exactly. And under that circumstance, is any of them harassing the police?
they were harassed, dude. All of Minneapolis was harassing those fucking ICE agents. the
Yep.
whole
And
time
none
we
of
were there.
them
We
are
all
getting
know it.
arrested because it's not illegal.
Oh, a lot of them were getting arrested.
No. And if they were, that's illegal. It's a violation of the First Amendment.
Dude, you know they were out there purposely fucking with the ICE agents.
Yes,
for no
and
good
that's
reason.
not illegal. Yes, they were. They were out there blowing whistles. They were out there videotaping. They were doing all of those things. You are 100% correct, right? And none
And they
of
were
that stuff.
standing in the middle of the road.
None of that stuff. And none of that stuff is illegal, right? That is actually protected under your
Okay,
First
okay,
Amendment.
let's
No,
say
hold
you're
on.
right.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
Okay.
But even if it wasn't legal, which it 100% was, right? But even if it wasn't legal, it does not deserve for ICE officers to go up and immediately start pepper spraying people who are creating no opportunity for things to be violent, right? Because that would be considered non-lethal force, and somebody standing by the road blowing a whistle or videotaping doesn't require an excessive force, and therefore pepper spraying them would be illegal also. And then once they're pepper sprayed, right, which both of those people were, and falling on ice, right? And I don't mean ICE, the agency. I mean, they were literally standing on literal ice, right? And they are falling, right? You then again don't get to continue beating them up or pistol whipping them or whatever that guy was doing on that head. And then when a guy does not reach for his weapon, okay, you do not get to shoot him. So even if what you were saying was true, that it was illegal, which it's not true, okay, what happened was still illegal on every single front, okay? That was a murder, okay? That's what that was, okay? Not to mention that he
I
was
think-
disarmed before they shot him, okay?
Well, okay. How could all of those ICE agents have known he was disarmed? They were reacting quickly to eliminate a potential threat. So you guys are
Because his
making it
hands
sound
were
like
over
they
his
can't
head
defend
and he
themselves until
didn't
people
have,
shoot 'em.
sir, he did not have a gun on him and his hands were over his
How
head
could
when
they
they
all
shot.
have known that? How could they all have known that?
Sir, listen to me, okay? If they didn't know whether he had a gun or not and his hands were above his head, then you just can't shoot. It's
Well,
that
he could
simple.
have easily reached for one, couldn't he?
He could, sir, by that logic, the police have the right to shoot anyone they think might have a gun on them in case they shoot them. In case
But
they
he
shoot.
did have
with-
a gun,
Sir.
Not when they shot him, but he did have one.
Oh, that's interesting. So if somebody
And he
ever,
resisted arrest.
so if
And
somebody,
he resisted arrest.
if somebody ever had a gun, then the police are now allowed to shoot him.
No, I'm saying the circumstances he put himself in resulted in what happened.
No, sir. The situation that was put in front of him resulted in what happened, which is where you had a bunch of untrained ICE agents who did not qualify to be enforcing any type of law, who were way too trigger happy and jumpy, did not like that people were fucking with them. And they went out to agitate people, and they went out to cause chaos, and they went out to hurt people. And when you send out
They went
police
out to cause
officers,
chaos?
yes. And when you send
ICE
out,
agents went out to cause
yes.
chaos?
Are you going to let me finish? I already answered your question. Asked
They
and
weren't out to
answered.
cause chaos. They're
Asked
doing
and
their
answered. Sir,
job.
asked and answered.
Insane.
They're doing their job.
Asked and answered. You're right. You are correct, sir. They were doing their job. Their job was to be sent to a city with a very small immigrant population. Okay.
Very small.
3,000 of them. Sir, if you're not going to let me finish a statement, then I will just move on.
All right, you can rage quit. I'll take my win.
Sir, if you think that that's a win, that's fine. But I'm finishing my statement regardless.
I know you're getting triggered. It's cool.
Sir, unlike you, I don't need a little safe space like your guys' little halftime show. Now shush. Okay. Thank you. What I was saying is when you send 3,000 ICE agents into a city with a very small immigration population and an even smaller problem with immigration, what you are expecting is that violence will happen. What you are expecting is that chaos will ensue. And exactly what they were sent out there to do, okay, is exactly what happened. Okay, that's all. They were a product of exactly what Stephen Miller and Donald Trump dreamt up would happen.
Why couldn't those protesters just let them arrest the illegals? What's the
Yeah, and
problem
why
there?
couldn't we have just let the Nazis put the people on the trains, right?
What the fuck kind of comparison is that? You're calling them Nazis now for arresting illegal immigrants who are also criminals?
Nope.
Sex offenders, rapists?
Donald Trump is two of those things.
That's a whole different
actually,
subject.
Donald Trump
I'm
is all
talking about
three
the
of those
illegal
things,
immigrants.
actually. Donald Trump is literally all three of those things you just said.
All right, so that means the ICE agents can't do their job?
So, sir, what I am saying is that when you see people doing inhumane acts to other people,
They're deporting illegals. How is that inhumane?
when you see people doing inhumane acts to other people, it is your duty, all right, to stand up to those people. All right.
They're
Just the
arresting
same
illegal
way that we,
criminals. How is that
sir, just the
inhumane?
same way that we stood up against the same thing in World War II. I am just comparing the two things.
I want you to tell me how it's inhumane.
Yeah, it's inhumane by sending people to torture prisons. It's inhumane by
Torture prisons?
sending
So they're being
freaking
tortured now? Now you're
5-year-olds
spreading
into like
misinformation?
concentration camps. It's inhumane to
You
freaking
think those illegal
shoot people.
immigrants are getting tortured?
The ones in CCOT, yeah.
You think they're getting tortured?
The ones in CCOT, yeah.
In what?
In CCOT?
See what?
CCOT.
You think they're being tortured and whatever the fuck you just said? No one's being tortured anywhere, dude. They're being arrested and deported. That is the
So
biggest
gotcha.
bullshit
So
I've
you
ever
are
heard.
telling me that someone's not getting deported in a place that you don't know exists.
And you're telling me that they're being tortured in a place that you've never been to.
Correct. I have not been to it. Thank goodness, because there, if I was there, I'd be being tortured. But luckily for
That's
me,
what you like to
is
believe.
they,
That's a funny idea.
but luckily for
Okay.
me, what's lucky for me is that the literal person who built it brags about it being a torture prison. So that's pretty cool.
Who bragged about? What did he say? What did he say that confirms it's a torture prison? Tell me.
Literally, the person who built it as a torture prison. Not to mention the 60 Minutes episode that got pulled that freaking confirms all of it.
That it's a torture prison.
Mm-hmm.
Torture how? What specifically are? I'm
Yeah,
open to
physical
learning.
torture, sexual torture. Yeah.
Be specific. What's the context here?
Yeah, they would literally put them into stress positions. They would literally deprive them of sleep. They deprive them of food. They put them in overcrowded conditions. They wouldn't feed them. They would beat them. They would force them to do sexual acts on each other and on the guards.
They would force them to do sexual acts on each other and the guards. Oh, you really believe that?
Yeah, I mean, it's very well proven.
Very well proven. Really?
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
Strange you find that funny, though.
Sure. I find it funny that you think that's actually true. That's fucking hilarious. Torture prisons. They're sending the illegal immigrants to torture prisons, I guess.
Some of them, yes.
Hmm. You think they just get a kick out of torturing brown people? Yeah, that's
Sounds like you do,
that's what
sir.
you think that's what they just do? Just they don't care they're illegal immigrants, they're brown, just will send them to a torture prison.
Sir, the only person that finds it amusing sounds like is you.
Because you think that's true, which is fucking insane. So if I look up what you said, like, what do you think it's gonna say?
Exactly what I just said.
And what I bet the source for that will be what, CNN, ABC. No, it's not proven. You're full of shit, dude. That never happens. They're being deported. Everybody knows this. I don't know why
You're
you
flailing
even
like
wanna
really
think that's
hard.
true.
It's kind of sad at this point.
I'm what?
You're flailing like really hard, and it's kind of sad.
I'm flailing?
Yeah.
I think the only thing that's sad is you're making complete bullshit up just because you don't like Trump for some strange reason. If you don't like Trump for some strange reason because you don't like his vibes, just say it. You don't got to make up bullshit.
I do say it all the time. It doesn't change what I said being true.
You think that they're being sent to torture prisons? Come on, dude. I mean, be fucking for real.
I am. Again, sir, I assume you're talking to me on a smartphone. You could look this up at literally any point in time.
Yeah, and I know it's complete bullshit because I know other people have said that and it's been debunked.
Yeah, it has not been,
Complete
sir.
bullshit.
Yeah, you don't even know. Where is CCOT, sir?
I've never even heard of the place you fucking.
Then why
said. How
are
do
you
spell it?
saying that you've already heard other people say it and it's
How
already
do you
been
spell it?
debunked if you
How
don't
do you
even
spell
know
it?
what
I'll
it
look it up
is?
right now.
CECOT.
Huh?
CECOT.
CCOT.
This person literally just said, I've never heard of the place, but I've already heard of it and it's debunked. That's what I was just told, by the way. I've never heard of it, but also I've heard of it and it's debunked. Right? This sounds like Trump and like the Project 2025 thing. Like, I've never read it. I heard there's some really good, but I've never read it, but there's great stuff in there and it's awesome and I love it, but there's some other bad stuff, but also I've never read
So
it.
are you saying?
and
Are
I've
you saying
never
they're being
heard of it.
tortured to death in there? Are they dying in there? Are they like death camps?
Some people have died in there, yeah. I'm not calling it a death
The
camp,
other
but people have
you're
died in
saying
there.
you're saying some of them. You're saying some of them still got deported.
Huh?
So you said some of them died. What about the other people who didn't die? Are they back in their home countries?
People don't really leave CCOT.
They just stay there and get tortured forever?
Most of them, yeah. I assume some people leave, but the overwhelming majority of them, they just stay there forever. That's what it was built for. Kind of one of those you only can leave in a body bag type of things.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, that seems pretty far-fetched. What it sounds like to me, what you're saying is a couple retards in the prison decided to fight against the correctional officers in there, and they got their asses kicked, and they're saying, "Oh, they're abusing us." I bet that's the actual context behind what you're saying. That
Okay.
sounds more.
Sir, please stop trying to guess at
believable.
what I'm saying. Okay, this is just sad. Okay,
Well, what you're doing is this is like he said, she said. You think
this is not
that they're
he
sending
said,
them to-
she said, sir. The literal people who built it bragged about it. The literal reporting on it from so many different freaking people have also reported on it. Literally, there was a 60 Minutes episode that just came out a few months ago. Literally, highly documented. We've had witnesses from literally dozens and dozens and dozens of people, all right, who have come out of there, right, saying exactly what's happening. We've had representatives from the United States government who have gone into the prison saying it's happening. There are literally more fucking, like, there's more evidence that what I'm saying is happening than that George Washington existed at this point. Okay, so please stop. All right.
Dude, you know this is bullshit. This isn't happening.
All right. Well, I'm
They're
tired
not
of you
torture
of hearing
prisons.
you just say that it's not happening for something that, again, you didn't know existed like 2 minutes ago. So this is a waste of fucking time.
Because it's bullshit.
All right.
You know it's bullshit. That's not
Well,
happening.
how about this? How about I get off the phone with you and go talk to somebody else, and you go do even the smallest ever amount of research ever. Like, you can pull up Wikipedia, like the smallest, tiniest bit of research that exists, and you'd see that I wasn't lying. Okay.
We would be at war right now if that's true. That ain't fucking true.
All right, buddy. Whatever you
They're
think.
deporting illegals. And they're rapists anyway. So
whatever
even
you
if that
say,
is
buddy.
true, who cares?
Whatever you
If
say.
They're
Sorry,
criminals
sir.
anyway. So who
Sir,
cares
again,
anyway?
Donald Trump is all of those things.
Yeah, you can try and prove that. Why don't you try and prove that?
I don't need to. The court did.
The court did?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, at least he does his job.
Thank you. Thank you,
I doesn't
the
do
Blues. Appreciate you. Gotcha. So when it's immigrants that do it, they need to be sent to torture prisons. If Donald Trump does it, at least he's doing his job.
They're not
Got
torture
it.
prisons.
Makes complete
Bullshit.
sense. Makes complete sense.
Trump's
Got it.
the one that
Nailed
fucking
it.
called the
You guys heard it here, y'all. You guys heard it here. If immigrants do it, torture prisons. If Donald Trump does it, at least he's doing his job. That's what we just heard. The Blues, thank you so much for that super chat. I had to throw it up there while I was up there. Shush, thank you so much for this. Says, why is this so funny to this little man? He's just, well, because of this. That's why. Yes, people were deported to South Sudan and disappeared. Scott said, Canada PM Carney told Trump to go to hell. Maggots are screw-ups. I'm really glad he did, too. That was in the chat for Mark Carney. Hell yeah. Thank you, Scott. Shino, thank you so much to $5. Said, what's funny is we had a terrible time during COVID, too. Guess who ran the country then? Malcolm X also got murdered in front of his family. Yes, he did. That's horrible. I don't think anyone should get murdered. Period. Murder is bad. Yep. Godzilla said, I mean, I feel like these unemployed people should just get a job as giving why don't homeless people just buy a house? Yeah, I mean, that's really the easiest way. If you're homeless, just buy a house. I think that fixes most of the issues. If according to that guy, if you don't have a job because you were, if you don't have a job, then you should just, get a job. You should just get a job. That would make things easier. Tatted, thank you so much for the $5. Said, that's why the Northeast hates New Jersey. Just trash New Jersey over here. Tim said, did the middle of my sentence interrupt the start of yours? Yeah, exactly. Dude, like, let me get a sentence out, bro. It's always the 65-year-old dudes that do it, too, which is crazy. It's like, bro, like, you've been on this planet for how long? And you haven't figured this out? Crazy. Delissa, thank you so much for $5. Said, dump truck. I love the poorly educated plus immature dumbasses. No one is walking around with R or L. No, everyone will be affected. Just wait and see. 100%. 100%. Thank you so much, Delissa. I appreciate that. Neurospicy, thank you so much for the DJ glasses. I really appreciate that. You might have. Did you light that thing up? You might have lit up DJ glasses. That's like the hardest one to get. I don't know if you did or not, but you might have. Oh, no, we were close. All right, y'all, we're going to move on to the next caller. Keep this thing going. I think I probably got like one more in me. Make sure y'all hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Neurospicy. Big W's to chat for Neurospicy and for everybody who supported. I really appreciate that. Taskmaster said that, and Taskmaster said, be an open-minded talk. We are all in this together. Some of us are in this together. Some of us are actively fighting against that too. So, hi, W's in the chat for Neurospicy and everybody who supported, please and thank you. W's in the chat. I'm not seeing any W's in the chat over here. Appreciate you guys. I'm not bringing up the next caller until I see a whole bunch of W's. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care. I'll pout. Oh, and then my freaking thing disconnected. There we go. All right, we're gonna move on. Yeah, I can see that, Melissa. I can definitely see that. If it's glitching too bad, you're probably better off going to the Red app. If y'all would like support, I do have super chats, super stickers. I have a few more DJ glasses I'm trying to get to. I'm also have pay links in the bio, so if you'd like support, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Sorry, Corey. Corey, I need to get you some help over there too. I need to get you if somebody wants to help Corey out. Corey needs some help over there, I think. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you? Nope. Neurospicy, thank you for lighting up my DJ glasses. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Diva, that's up to you. If you want to, you're more than welcome to. If you want to, that's up to you, Diva, if that's what you want. Hello, how are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
No, I don't know what it is. Like I'm holding off on you for a second. Bring up somebody else. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Tatted's there too. Tatted's there also. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing good. How old are you?
I'm 29.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah. I still support the man. I'm a conservative. I'm moderate. That leans a little bit conservative, but I'm still hanging on with Trump right now.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, so far, it seems like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot
too.
of stuff that's kind of happening right now that's kind of weird, but overall, the agenda what he has kind of going for him, I feel like he should just keep on going and, don't stop, I guess.
Yeah, 1 second. Sorry, Mod. I didn't see Veronica in there. I didn't see Tatted in there. I'm sorry. I don't know. It must have been glitching. I didn't see you guys in there. Thank you guys so much for being here, mods. Can we get big W's in the chat for the mods across all the platforms? Can we get big W's in the chat for the mods that are helping things out over here? I think they were so busy I did not see them. I think that's what it was. But thank you guys so much. Okay, for the mods that are helping to support the live and all that sort of stuff. So I really appreciate you guys. So thank you guys so much. All right. Anyways, so you're an independent that supports Trump. So what is he doing that's garnering your continued support?
Well, okay, so let's start with like what I actually voted for, right? Because I don't know. You sound like you listen to the debate. So obviously the main things he sold me on was, deportations, which I agree with, which I feel like it's a little bit of a gray area now because, I live up here in Minnesota. I ain't worried about. I live in Minnesota, so up here it doesn't look too good, but I just feel like a lot of the media right now is just kind of showing a lot of the negative things. I don't even not saying that there's no negative stuff happening, okay? But I don't know. I'll stop right there. I'll end with that. I kind of like the deportations, giving me more money in my pocket, and yeah. So far,
well, he's not giving you more money in your pocket. Prices are through the roof. Tariff prices, tariffs are freaking going to cause a huge raise in taxes. So
I guess so, but the only way that kind of combated that for me, I'm not talking for everybody. There's a lot of us that work a lot of overtime. But I just recently did my taxes, and my taxes came back about three grand more than what it's usually been. So already that's more money in my pocket that I can combat with this. What you say that we're paying for tariffs, which I don't even know this. So everything seems the same to me, honestly, when it comes to prices.
Yeah, gotcha. So Donald Trump is giving you tax money on one hand and then taking more taxes away from you on the other hand, and that makes you happy.
I like the way how you phrase that. No,
well, it's just the reality of what's going on. Donald Trump is literally lowering your taxes temporarily on a certain tax bracket, while then raising your taxes when it comes to your taxes when it comes to tariffs. Prices are up across the board, right? So, or tariffs are up across the board. Prices are up across the board. Grocery prices are up across the board. Consumer goods prices are up across the board. So he's just taking money from you here, giving money to there. Except for he's only really giving money to you because it's a very minute number of amount of the population that can actually work enough overtime to get the full benefit of the tax deductions that come from that, right? So he might specifically be helping you maybe a little bit more than everybody while everybody else suffers.
No, not everybody else is suffering.
Yeah, they are.
Especially up here, in Minnesota, with all the fraud going on, they're going to give everybody money anyways. So there can't be too much suffering going around.
With all the fraud going on? What are you talking about with all the fraud going on?
You know the fraud going on. Well, right now it's mostly in Minnesota. They haven't really confirmed too much, unless they have. At least I haven't seen. But in the other states like California and whatever other states that they mentioned.
Yeah, there was a lot more fraud happening in almost every other state. Minnesota was actually one of the lowest states when it came to the fraud of any type of fraud when it comes to this stuff.
That's not what I looked up at least. I don't really know how accurate the number is. I don't.
Minnesota or Mississippi was actually the highest.
Say that again?
Mississippi was actually the highest.
Where were they at?
Oh, billions, I think. Something crazy.
Minnesota the lowest number I heard from Minnesota was 9 billion. They said it could be more, but I'm just gonna go off
That's
just the 9 billion.
yeah. Minnesota was higher. I don't remember the exact number, but it was much higher. Florida was much higher. Actually, there was lots of red states that were actually significantly higher. The only reason that that Donald Trump administration talked about Minnesota so much is because it's a blue state, and Donald Trump just doesn't like blue states. So he concentrated on that. Here's the funny part, though, is that like in Minnesota, you guys had actually been prosecuting those exact crimes since 2022. There was already 60-something people in jail on it since 2022, with another 30-something indictments of people that were getting ready to go to jail, and that was before Donald Trump even mentioned it.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that wasn't something that just showed up. There's literally already 60 people in jail for that. And yeah, it was horrible. And that, just to let you know, it was mostly led by American citizens. And the ringleader of the whole thing was a white lady from Minnesota, right? That was an American citizen.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw
yeah.
that.
So it had literally
I mean,
nothing to do with
it
migration.
It came across my timeline at least, where they were saying it was this white lady. I saw like a little glimpse picture of her or whatever. But
Yeah, it was like Amy Block or Amy
Block
Block or someone. But yeah, Donald Trump is not doing really anything to break down on fraud, unless you're talking about that Nick Shirley shit, which was definitely debunked.
It's insane.
What, you talking about the quality? I don't know. I mean, I don't watch his stuff that often, but I did watch that Minnesota one. I did want to take a little time to actually see that. I mean, how can that be debunked when he's personally going to these daycares and transportation buildings and they even bring a list saying, hey, look, there's apparently, I'm making up a number here, but like they go to a building and they'll say, hey, look, there's 67 apparently, like I said, it's a made up number, but 67 businesses in here, and they go and they knock on it. I mean, I'm not gonna like talk too much about the Nick Shirley and like
I will.
videos, but I mean,
literally,
how can
he
that
was
be
in front of a building that literally had a sign on the front of it that said "does not open till 2:00." When literally his phone showed that it was 1:00. Not that that really mattered, because the place had been closed down for over a year and received no federal funding.
You know, I mean, that could be true. I don't know. I mean, I didn't look that stuff up. But I mean, I can only go up.
There was actually tons of
I didn't look
independent
at both
Minnesota and federal investigators that went in after that to actually try to investigate it, and all of them proved that none of that shit he was saying was happening. See, here's the thing.
they did not do that.
Yes, they did. You can easily look it up. But see, here's the deal,
I
sir, is
got
that
you.
yeah, like literally anybody with a YouTube account can get on and just say that something's happening in front of a camera. Doesn't mean that it's actually true. This is why we have independent investigations. Okay, but what Donald
yeah, 100%.
yeah, all Donald Trump is doing is just terrorizing Minnesota for no reason. He's not helping anything. He's not causing anything to get better. He's not doing anything for people's prices, for anybody's jobs, for our world standing, for our safety. He's not doing anything for any of that stuff. All he's doing is talking shit and trying to piss off people in blue states. And that's all he's doing, while also attempting to build a ballroom that nobody gives a fuck about.
And the ballroom, I mean, that could be a whole different topic. I don't really care too much about the ballroom. I mean, like I said, I heard he was using his own money for that, so if it ain't tax,
He did not. It's taxpayer funded and way over budget.
Say it again?
It's taxpayer funded and way over budget.
Yeah,
I don't really give
know
a
how
fuck about
accurate
the
that
ballroom, to be completely honest with you. There, if that's all he
I'm
did,
I don't really care about the ballroom either.
no, sir. What I'm saying is, I wish he would do more of that and less terrorizing of American citizens and throwing 5-year-olds in concentration camps. That's what I care more about. I wish he would do more of building golden arches of what the fuck ever than literally weakening our stance with NATO and all of our allies across the world, or creating trade problems with every single country that we've ever had an alliance with, which is going to negatively affect us for decades. Those are the things that I fucking care about. If he was just concentrated on being an architect, then I would care so much less.
Okay, all right. I'll say that I agree with you on one thing, which is stuff that isn't domestic. Like all that stuff with the Venezuela and the Greenland. All right, that stuff I disagree with. That's a whole other can of worms. I agree with what's happening in the United States. Now, look, hear me wrong. I mean, look, I voted for the deportations. Now, if I sat here and I actually sit here and try to think about it, I mean, we talk about how he's not doing it humanely. When his first offer was, hey, look, I'll pay. If you self-deport yourself, we'll pay for you to take a flight back home, and guess what? And you get to get back in line to come back to America and do things the right way. And then he said, go to say, if you don't go this route, we will come and find you. Now, I'm not gonna say all liberals, because I don't know. All right, anyways, like I was saying, he said he was gonna come after those people. Now, whether people were just taking it as like, oh, he ain't gonna do that, and then they decide not to go deport themselves. I mean, let me put myself in their shoes. I flee this country to go to a different country. right? I get there, and then they're trying to get out illegal immigrants. One, I'm not going to show myself. If they tell me they're going to pay me to get out of there to go back to my country that I just fled, I'm not going to go back. I'm going to stay. I'm like, oh, I'm going to take your bluff. I'm going to try to hide myself, whether it's in plain sight or in somebody's house, whatever the case is. I mean, why would we think?
What are you talking about, sir? How about this? How about I really put you in one of their shoes? Okay. How about I really put you in one of their shoes? Okay. So you came to this country, you fled, you came in here illegally or whatever, you came in here or you probably came here legally under some type of status that has expired. You've been working for the last decade and paid thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to lawyers and in court fees in order to try to gain some type of immigration status over the last decade and a half. Your entire family is here. All of your kids are all here. Your wife is here. Everybody that you know is here. You've lived here for literally decades. So Donald Trump is offering you $1,000 to leave the country, which will probably take you another 10 years to get back in the country. And then maybe you can get here all that time. All of your kids grow up. Your entire family grows up. Your wife has moved on. She's fucking cheating on you. And all those thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars you paid to try to do things here legally in the right way, that's all gone now because you left the country. Would you leave?
Well, hold on. But before I answer that question, are you saying
No, how about
I came
you
here
answer that
illegally
question?
Or I came here legally.
Sir, it doesn't matter. You can come here legally and be here illegally, or you could have come here illegally. It doesn't matter. Sir, would you leave your wife, your family, your kids, everything you fucking known, the only country that you may have ever known because you've been here for freaking decades, in order to go to a country that you haven't lived in decades, or maybe you never even knew because you came here when you were 5 or 8 or something like that, or maybe 10, you don't know any of that other country, to maybe get back in here in 10 years?
I would not leave my family behind. However, if I'm going to go do something that bold in the first place, I've weighed all the risks, and that could be a risk.
Sir, this isn't a matter of risk. You said he offered you this $1,000, so they could have taken it, and you're even admitting right now you wouldn't take it.
$2,600 now, from what I read. I mean,
You
that's
would.
not making a
Oh,
difference.
well,
I'm
that
just saying
changes
they're trying
everything
to
then.
entice more people to get out.
So you're literally saying they
I'm
could have
just saying
taken
they
it, but
were
now
trying to
you're
get
saying that you wouldn't have taken it also.
No, I'm sorry. Say that again. We'll both
You're
on.
saying
Say that
they
again.
could have taken this, but then you're actually confirming that you wouldn't have taken it either.
No. You said that we're not doing nothing humanely. We're trying to deport people, but we're trying to give them the most humane way to do it. Like, hey, look,
No, we're not.
Look, we'll pay for you to get out
Biden
here
gave
and
them the
then
most
come
humane
on
way to
back.
do it and deported more people. Obama gave them the most humane way of doing it and deported more people. Donald Trump has a system.
Don't give me the end stats of what Obama did. You're comparing 8 years of what he did versus what Trump did.
Obama deported more people than Trump's whole first term and Biden's whole term and Trump's current term combined.
Okay, then what happens when Donald Trump deported more people by the end of his term?
He
You're gonna be
won't.
like, oh, well,
He had in 2025. He didn't hit the numbers that Biden hit in 2024. He's behind schedule.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna find my source. See if I can find it. Because like last number I looked, he was at like, I think it was for 25. It was like, I'm just gonna make something up right now because I'm trying to find it right now for you so I can see where
It was like
at.
600,000 people, dude.
That's what I'm trying to say. Hold on now. Like I ain't got my source in front of me, so I can't really. What I was gonna try to finish saying was when I did the math, he was already on pace to deporting more people than what Obama had did.
No, he's on pace if you consider the number that freaking Kristi Noem says of self-deportations, which has been debunked by every independent organization that exists.
I'm sure they're probably counting that self-deportation. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't, but I mean, yeah,
Because it's not
I'm sure
true.
they definitely had nothing there too. What the self-deportation? I don't know how much of it's true. I don't even know what the number is on that, to be honest. I just know that they're offering it to them. And the people who are here legally, whether they're here 15, 20 years ago, that's a little different story. I mean, that's a little gray area for me. But somebody who just got here like during the whole like 2020 to 2024, during when Biden was here, I mean, yeah, get him out of here. Why
Dude,
not?
what are you
took the
talking
risk of
about?
Coming here,
That's like
get 'em
4
out of
million
here.
people.
All right, so we got some work to do. We got 4 million people to get out of here.
Sir, you can't find 4 million people.
We're definitely going to try.
You're going to try? How are you going to try? By violating every constitutional amendment that exists?
No, I mean, obviously they have their own methods on how they're going to try to do it. I mean, it ain't just going to be cut and dry like, hey, we're just going to knock on every
Yeah.
door. I mean, they have
It's called
technology
racial
that I'm sure they
profiling.
can try to track some people.
It's called racial profiling. That's their plan.
Yeah, that's I guess if you want to say it like that, go for it.
It's not how I said it. That's how they argued it. They argued in a court of law. They said the only way that they can do their job properly is to racially profile people.
Yeah,
They argued that, not me.
Okay, well, fair enough. Fair enough. Just to be
So
clear,
you're
I'm
okay
not,
with them
like,
just going
racist
around
or
and racially profiling Latinos, arresting all of them, and just figuring out who's here illegally?
Well, I mean, look, one, if they come up to you and ask you a question, and your first response is, "No, I'm not doing anything." I mean, you're just kind of adding fuel to the fire. You just want to just kind of.
You act like
be an
they're asking
asshole and
anyone
not
questions.
cooperate.
They're ripping Uber drivers out of their cars for being Latino. They're not asking them
I'm
questions.
sure
They're pepper
there's-
spraying them.
I'm sure you saw a video or two out there where they're doing that. I've seen videos out there where they just come up to the window and say, "Hey, can we just see an ID?" And then they want to be like, "No, I'm a legal citizen. I don't want to do nothing." I'm like, bro, just make this shit easy.
Yeah, just comply, man. Just
get
get on the train, man. Just wear the star, man.
I'm always gonna be a patriot. I love my country. I love America. Don't even try to change my mind saying, "Oh, this is the worst country."
It's not a matter of a worst country. I love my country. That's why I care about things like the Constitution, sir. And the Constitution says that all this shit that they're doing is fucking illegal. And morally, it said all the stuff they're doing is fucking servile. It's fucking disgusting. Okay? Legally wrong. Okay? And morally horrible. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So I love my country. That's why I'm against the shit they're doing.
I mean,
okay. When are you gonna start loving your country enough
if you're gonna
to
run,
fucking
if you're
be
gonna
for the
run a
Constitution?
country and like the majority of the country is gonna tell you to start deporting people. I mean, there's one way to do it, and then there's obviously there could be plenty of ways how to do it. But I mean, at this point, it just sounds like the left is they just don't like the guy. I mean, if they just cooperate.
He's a rapist and a fucking felon who fucking sexualizes children, who's guarding the Epstein files. Why would you fucking like him?
I'm not saying I like. Hey, I'm gonna go hang out with.
No. You said it's just that the left doesn't like him. You're right. The left doesn't fucking like him. You know who else shouldn't like him? Fucking everyone. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Nobody should like this guy. But regardless of whether you like him or not, what he's doing is illegal and morally reprehensible.
Okay. Now, what I was trying to say earlier was, I had two choices. Well, I mean, I guess if I wanted to like vote for like a smaller candidate, but I had two choices. I had to vote for a asshole Donald Trump, or I had to vote for a dummy Kamala Harris. I'd take my chances with Donald Trump.
You had to vote for somebody who has spent her entire
mind
life. No, you had the choice between someone who has spent her entire life dedicated to public service, dedicated to the rule of law, dedicated to making sure that for underserviced people in whatever community that she was in, that she worked with everything she had on probably not enough pay in order to serve her community. You had the choice between that and somebody who literally is not allowed to run a charity in the state of New York because he defrauded a children's cancer charity for $400 million. Okay, who literally said that he had sex in common with his daughter, who literally sexualized a 10-year-old, who literally was already president and had freaking literally 84 months of pure economic growth when he came into presidency, and turned that all around to go the opposite direction. Okay, please don't tell me who someone is dumb when Donald Trump literally speaks at a third grade level. Please do not tell me that a lawyer who passed the hardest bar in the United States is a dum-dum when you voted for somebody who literally speaks at a third grade fucking level.
So I had two choices. Those are the two people I had to vote for. Now, I listened to what she had to say. She didn't give me nothing to go off of. I'm not voting blindly to this woman. When she's on a debate stage and she goes, "Oh, if you want to know what I'm going to do, go to my website and read about all the things I'm going to do." When this dude could just be like, "Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to get more money in people's pocket. However he try to do it. No tax on overtime, no tax on tips." And the main thing that really got me with that was just the overtime. I worked just a shit ton of overtime. Okay, that's just the one.
Kamala Harris had that same policy. Maybe if you'd gone to her website and read it, you would have known that. Actually, hers was much better and would have given you a lot more money.
I don't know if she had the overtime. I mean, I could be wrong.
I'm not asking your opinion. I'm telling you she did.
She had was the no tax on tips is what I heard. Now, I mean, I didn't dive into no.
Do you know
overtime
where
part.
Donald Trump
I
got
didn't-
no tax on tip, no tax on overtime?
I'm assuming you're going to say from Kamala Harris.
From Bernie Sanders.
Oh, Bernie Sanders. Oh.
Yeah, was a leftist policy, dude.
Just because I don't hate you, I'm not even like mad at you. I just want to have this conversation with you. I just saw you on YouTube, by the way. But.
You're good, man. I thought we're having a pretty good conversation. What I'm saying
Okay,
is, sir.
I didn't know. It sounded like you started getting riled up with me. I was like, okay.
No, people confuse the fact that I freaking speak with passion, that I get riled up. I don't really get riled up at much of anything, dude. I'm pretty fucking calm guy, to be honest with you. But the truth of the matter is, sir, is that Donald Trump is ruining this fucking country. He is completely having a disregard for the Constitution, for the law, for America. Well, you can disagree with it all you want, but the proof is in the fucking pudding, dude.
True.
He's already been in violation of the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment, 22nd Amendment. He's working on about the 6th, the 7th, and about a whole bunch others. Okay? He's working on a whole bunch. He's literally talking about nationalizing elections right now, taking away democracy from this country. Okay. He's already saying he's going to station fucking federal law enforcement officers outside of fucking districts, like voting districts, in places that he doesn't fucking think will actually vote for him, in order to intimidate voters. Okay. He is currently trying to dismantle the Constitution. He is currently trying to dismantle our rule of law. And he is currently trying to dismantle democracy in the United States. And you want to talk about some immigration policy, and to be completely fucking honest with you at this point, I really don't give a shit. You voted in somebody who is morally reprehensible, okay? And you're getting morally reprehensible policies. That's how that works, man.
Yeah, well, I still disagree, but
you can disagree all you want.
I'm not even here to change your mind. I just kind of want to,
you aren't gonna change. Yeah, you can't change my mind, man.
Let me hop in there. Oh, hold on. Last thing, I wanted to bring this up. I knew I was forgetting something. The concentration camps. I do not think the concentration camp, bro. They are jails. That is not, call them concentration camps.
You can get out of your feels, man.
Man, I don't know. All right, look. No, I ain't gonna. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Honestly, I don't really have much more. I just wanted to kind of hop up on here, just kind of talk to you, just kind of see how it was like. But yeah, man, that's all I want to do. That's all I wanted. I don't think I still think he's doing okay. Don't get me wrong, it's a little shaky. He is kind of losing a little bit of voters right now, but I just feel like with America, we bend, we don't break. I think he is bending it pretty far, but I think we're all going to sit together and come back, and we're going to be all fine.
All right. Well, we'll see. Doubtful though. All right. Bye bye. Yeah. Anyways, a grand jury in D.C. declined to indict lawmakers who told military members to not follow unlawful orders. Remember way back when Donald Trump told people that you could, they kept telling us that you could indict a ham sandwich? That's crazy, isn't it? Anyways, y'all, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, remember how they were like, you can indict a ham sandwich. You can indict anyone. Well, they can't indict Mark Kelly. So guess that wasn't a very good ham sandwich. Anyways, y'all. Guys, I'm tired. I've been sick. I'm sorry. You guys know that. I'm wearing down. I'm just tired. I got to get offline. I'm exhausted. This cold is kicking my ass. I'll be back on tomorrow sometime. I'll see you guys later. Let me hit a few super chats real quick on the way out the door. Les, thank you so much. Lise, thank you so much for trying to educate them. Thank you. Scott says, does Trump co-sign loans for who? For Canada need a loan? I must have missed out. Teddy thinks that I'm a Trump supporter. My brother-in-law got picked up by ICE. Would love to talk to you tonight. Well, I'm sorry you voted for your brother-in-law's demise. Mr. Watley said, caller, tell us how much money the Pentagon has lost. Wish the Pentagon knew that answer. And Teddy also said, take my call. I'm a Trump supporter. My brother-in-law got picked up by ICE support. Dude, I don't know what your number is. Okay, so I can't pick up your call. But come back tomorrow. I said, be there when I start. I should start around 6:30 tomorrow. Or something like that. But subscribe, turn on notifications, just like you all should. And when I get on tomorrow, come on and talk to me first thing. That's the best time to get on with me, because my phone line rings a lot less. We've had some decent callers today, though. It wasn't bad. Even that last caller, I didn't mind him. I'm a little out of it. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I go check on Ari anyway. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Love you guys. Bye.